where stars whisper secrets untold. A rift tears through the astral veil, and sanity reigns, its grip unfolds. Cultists chant in shadowed halls, their voices a hymn to chaos unbound. They conjure up forbidden falls, to summon the fallen, lost and unfound. Unfound. Oh, astral winds carry us free across realms and dimensions unknown. For the void-born dread, the fabric unraveled shall wield power that chills every bone. Across fractured plains, reality trembles, mountains deep, rivers twist in desperate prayer. The sun blinks, uncertain of its emblem, as eldritch horrors crawl from their lair. Their forms twisted and malefic, born of nightmares and forgotten dread. They drift through astral currents, a beacon for those who seek madness instead. Oh, astral winds carry us free across realms and dimensions unknown. For the void-born dread, the fabric unraveled shall wield power that chills every bone. Every bone. In forgotten temples and cursed groves, heroes gather, there is all unyielding, to chase the ripples of reality's coves and confront the abyss, both fearsome and appealing. Oh, astral winds carry us free across realms and dimensions unknown. For the void-born dread, the fabric unraveled shall wield power that chills every bone. As the final verse echoes the starlit skies and death trembles on the lips of all, the abyssal maw opens, galaxies within, ready to consume all those who stall. Yet whispers of valor and unity persist in the eminent astral reckoning. Perhaps hope shall win.
All right, welcome on in, everybody, and thank you for joining us. Tech, good to see you. Thank you for popping in. I understand if you are just hanging out for a few and jumping ship, that's totally cool. Regardless, you're here, and that's what matters now. We are playing tonight Echoes of the Fallen Ascendant, session number 8. I'm going to go ahead and jump straight over to the stream and give these folks some love. I see we're missing a couple of players currently, because everybody pops in at the very last minute, so we'll give them like 30 seconds and then dive headlong into this thing, but we'll start with a recap and kind of go from there. Alright, let's go ahead and do it to it. Hey, there they go. See, I told you it was always the last second. Not always. Often. Alright. Howdy.
Hello.
Howdy.
Good evening.
Alright guys, session 8. Session 8. Can you believe it? We've been playing for 2 months already. It's kind of crazy. Okay, let's go ahead and do a recap from session 7. So, session 7 kicked off on Novus the 25th. 42:53 PFH at 7:15 p.m. So the group took a moment and eventually found themselves face to face with the twisted effigy. They decided to break it down and remove all of the bodies from the house and place them outside under a sheet. The group then removed the shards found in the desk inside the Thornell estate, placed them in a flask of holy water, and returned to the Emerald Tower, where they handed the flask over to Cornelius. The group then took to the bathhouse and rested for a little while. While there, they discussed each of their specific specializations and little bits and pieces of some of their backgrounds. It's still kind of an ambiguous group, but they got a little bit more out. They did that for a little while before a basket arrived from Mistress Rosanna. It was a gift of 10 gold pieces each and a healing potion for each member of the party. The group then discussed buying an ox and a cart so that they could make the trek west easier, as they had received information in that same in that same letter about potentially more things happening to the west, potentially location of where one of these pieces of this star fell. After that, they, meaning Amelia and I believe it was Canis, but I have a question mark here, went to the Temple of Celestian but found that it was closed, so they returned to the Emerald Tower and everybody rested for the evening. There was no combat and not many skill checks, but everybody earned a base XP of 50 for last session. So that should bring everybody to 585 experience, and with your long rest, you will be awaking officially at level 2. With that being said, today is session 8, Novus the 26th, 4253 PFH, at 8 a.m. Give me just one moment. There is one thing I had to look up that I didn't earlier because I'm a fool. If anybody has any questions or anything, any clarifications before we jump forward, feel free to ask.
Just to confirm, I'm pretty sure I asked last time as well, but if we used our hit dice to heal, we can't heal again overnight, right?
You gain back 1/2 of your hit dice that you've expended every long rest. So, you're level 1, so yes, you do.
But I'm guessing we can't, like, use it to heal overnight.
Oh, no. No. It comes back first thing in the morning. That I understand what you're saying now. I thought you were asking, do you regenerate it over the long rest?
Okay, then I am further bloodied than before.
Well, everything you gained from leveling, you'll have on top of it. It's just whatever you were down, you would still be down.
Oh, okay, I thought I should just stay at 4.
What? No, because you No. Okay. Hang on, Kat. I got this. You're asking the HD question in a very roundabout way. Were you asking... Because when you level, you just gain flat X hit points. Full stop. You don't gain the loss of that hit points if you're already wounded. But you cannot use a hit die you don't have until the end of the long rest during the night to heal what you had lost. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I didn't mean to ask roundabout way. I just genuinely thought I stay at 4.
No, and it's a weird situation because there's a level mixed with you being wounded and the lack of a hit die to heal yourself, but yeah, it's not all that complex. Although it is at level 1.
Don't forget to update your hit dice tokens. On your tokens and stuff, and max hit points.
Okay, so Candace, you were the one that I had a note for here. Okay, so Candace, just so you know, for the spell book and gaining 2 new spells, before those spells can be used, it will require 4 hours of you copying incantations that are coming to you into the book. I don't care when you do that. It cannot be done during the long rest. It can be done during a short rest if you'd like, or in the morning, or the next night before you go to bed, or whatever it happens to be. But as you level, when you gain those 2 free, it's the same thing as if you were copying it from a scroll into your spell book. It'll take 2 hours per level of the spell that you're taking, and since they're both first level spells, it's 4 hours. But because they're auto for you, they will not cost you the gold piece requirement, obviously. But it's not like you just wake up and there's some magic spirit that arcane copied spells in your... It's just that would be silly, so...
Okay.
All right. Sorry, that was me. I was looking for the rules on that because I have never actually played a wizard. Okay. All right. So, you guys, it is the morning of the 26th. About 8 a.m., everybody kind of wakes up and comes to. What is it exactly that you guys are doing?
So, I guess first thing in the morning. Well, I breakfast first always. I don't know where that would happen, but after
Central
that,
chamber.
Like,
Yeah.
okay. After that, Dench would like to go visit the child, wherever. I think they said like Tower 2 or something like that.
Yeah, so you would be able to make it easily. Yeah, so it is Tower 2, Room 13. You make it to Tower 2. You get down to about Room 5 before you realize that the guard presence is extremely dense. You are told that the child is stable, that he is not conscious, and that he is under strict quarantine until further notice, and you cannot visit him.
Okay. Well, just for whoever is concerned, he may have a tongue down in the wizard college. Uh, I don't know. They haven't all been accounted for, but we discovered that replacing, the owner's tongue back in their mouth, they regain the ability to speak. So,
The guard kind of nods to you and says, "I'll make sure to inform my superiors. This is at the Magi Academia. His tongue could be."
yeah, in a pickle jar. If it's there, it may or may not actually have survived the time.
All right.
This is a weird conversation.
Well, added to the list of strange conversations I've had in the past few days, I suppose. Right. I'll make sure to pass that on to my superiors and see if we can hopefully identify his tongue. But yes, I'm sorry. Maybe Cornelius should have informed you about the quarantine. I apologize you walked all the way over here. We will make sure that as soon as he can be visited, we'll allow you to.
One more thing, though. Have you gotten a name from the child at all? Or he's been unconscious the whole time?
I've not received I've been on guard duty for quite some time.
It was probably a long shot to ask, but I figured I might as well.
Well, I mean, what I can tell you is that from what I've heard of the priests coming and going, at least in passing, I believe he's regained semi-consciousness a couple of times, but I don't know much besides that. I haven't done guard duty in the room. They've kept me, unfortunately, out here in the hall, so...
All right. Well, perhaps Cornelius would know a little bit more if I were to ask him. Thank you for your time. And
Of
you're
course.
doing great work.
Oh, he kind of looks like surprised. Like it's kind of like the kid who hears his dad for the first time at 15 say, "Man, I'm proud of you." He kind of thank you. That's appreciated.
Yeah, no worries. Hopefully you hear it more than just once. And then we'll make it down to breakfast with the rest of the crew if they're there.
Okay. What is the rest of the crew doing here? Oh, Candace, I need to update your token, don't I? Yeah.
I did it.
No, you didn't. You got to do it in both slots. Otherwise, it just puts a plus next to it and counts it as temp. I got it for you, though.
Mainly is morning prayers and then definitely breakfast.
Amelia's intentions would be, very much the same, only instead of spending a ton of time with food, it would be more of the try and grab food and then head back over to the church.
Okay. So you're just popping in
food is important, and she wouldn't want to just disappear. But
All right, sorry, I'm updating a bunch of people's tokens. Sorry about that. Okay. Okay, so you guys pop in for the sake of brevity. You're more than welcome to RP during breakfast if you want to, but Amelia comes in. Dench, by the time you're getting down, I'm assuming you're an early riser, and by the time you get back down here, everybody's kind of, prepping themselves. Food is brought in. It's a lot of bread, a lot of like sweet cheeses. There are like room temp, but like borderline cool, borderline room temp, like salmon slices with what appear to be like, they want to be bagels, but there's no holes in them, but they're the same texture. Creamed cheeses and all sorts of good stuff at the table. Sorry, you know how I do.
Lyra's eyes would look a little puffy, but she kind of pops into the room, sits down, and she's eating, but it also looks like she has like extra bread set aside and stuff like that. She's very particularly picking things out and putting them aside.
Good morning. Lyra, at some point, I'd like to have more of a conversation with you, if you don't mind. I know we're all going to be really busy, so I know we have a long road ahead of us later, but if you have time, I'd like to chat with you a little bit more.
Okay. He looks back down at the food. I'm gonna head over to the library soon.
I was hoping to stop by the temple again if we had time. I know we needed to pick up some more supplies.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't think the crazy stones are going anywhere. I'm more concerned about what might pick them up, but it's not like we were told you have 2 days to go do this. So I will say that if I want to be more useful, I need to take some time. I need to work on my spell book a little bit after I study. So
How long do you think you need? The day, or do you need just a few hours? Or...
just a short 4 hours or so.
I think we can get everything we need to do around 4 hours.
That's after the library. Hopefully the library will give me something sooner.
But do you know what supplies you might need? We could probably pick things up for you, if that would help.
Make up a shopping list, yeah.
That's a good idea.
Your
Ignore that.
spell book work, is that something where you need to be in a particular place or need to not be disturbed, like when you do ritual things? How does that work?
I just need to be able to focus. It's not necessarily in an empty room with nobody around. I mean, I got through school with this one. She motions toward Canis.
Yeah, and you would be well aware, Lyra, that while that's true, you do need focus. You also need to be in a place where it's just like concentrating on a spell for 2 hours straight. For these little spells, because what the process is that you are actually, as you're scribing the incantation, you are practicing bits and pieces of it. And if you have a lot of outside distraction, be it bumps in a road, people screaming and yelling, a dog licking himself, you could fuck it up. So when you go to read it back, it could ruin the entire thing. So if it's the equivalent of potentially needing to make concentration checks, like to hold a spell. If you fuck it up, you got to start all the way back over.
Okay. Yeah, it's a lot like when I was doing the ritual. I need to be able to focus, so I'll just try to get done at the library as quick as I can, and I'll lock myself in my room for a little bit.
Well, I don't know if we're in a terrible rush. We have things that need to be done, but the things we need to do, if they take time to do right, then we take the time.
Wait, it's what was it? 150 miles to the west. It's
Mm,
several weeks of travel anyway. I don't think a day is going to really
that's not.
matter
That's not
in the
true.
grand scheme.
Okay, well, I'll make sure that I'll take notes and everything when I go do the studying. I was planning on specifically trying to look up anything, any pandemics similar to what we're seeing, curses similar to what we're seeing, and then also if anything like this has happened before, where something crazy fell from the sky and people started acting nuts, and maybe it's some kind of like space flu.
Say this feels like a one time only kind of situation. I'd be very surprised if you find more information about it. But
They think that's what everybody thinks when they're in situations like these.
yes, yeah, I suppose that's true.
History tends to repeat itself, doesn't it?
Yeah, but to Dench's point, it has to happen once to be able to repeat. So if this is the first time, I'm probably going to waste a little bit of time in the library.
Then
Oh no,
you
I don't
should
think you will.
re-
No.
you should record it then.
Oh, I intend to. Yeah.
At the very least, I mean, try to find, like I said before, information about the area. As a side, I suppose. Ooh, and maps.
Maps. Yep.
Do we want to meet up at a specific time or just say when at midday back here for at least lunch, supplies, things like that?
That would that would work. Yeah, we can meet back here around lunchtime, and we can kind of regroup and take notes and see what Lyra has found and what we have all found for supplies. Yeah, I think that works.
Okay, so and Amelia just kind of like lets out a breath like she feels guilty. So the whole supply thing, um, you said it's weeks of travel. I
Potentially, depending on if we get hung up on anything. Yeah.
co- coming from Holden Glen to here, I that's the longest I've traveled, that I've been on the road or done, well, really anything like that. Um, I don't I don't entirely
She
know
does
what to
that shit.
do.
You don't know what to do, like at
Well,
all, or what do you mean?
the whole traveling long distance thing, the supplies or what to do when you're out there, like it's getting colder and it was fine when I was coming here. The nights weren't too bad, the roads were pretty clear, but the whole making making camp when snow starts falling and things start getting more I
Well, I think we have enough talents and skills in this group to be able to help each other out in those scenarios. I've bivouacked a time or two.
You're not, um, you're not counting me in on that, are you? Because don't.
Well, I mean, you could probably find a couple books in the library about how to survive in the
Oh yeah, I
winter.
know.
Right?
Yeah, I know about making fire. I know the idea of it is just super. The execution of it on my end, not as super.
Has
Fire
any-
I can do. I can make fire with my hands.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely helpful. Has anybody here actually traveled other than
Mm,
me?
I mean it was a little over
nope. The answer is no.
eight nights, give or take, to come here. But um my I traveled with my mother sometimes to local areas when people needed help, but never never anything like this. I don't
No.
I don't even have a water skin, which was something
Oh.
I realized on like day 3 that I should have probably packed when I got away from the stream.
Didn't
Yeah.
you have one? I thought we put holy water in it.
No, that was a flask of holy water, specially prepared in a specific vessel. Um, I made sure I had that, but
Okay.
I don't. I still have some rations. I way over back there, and I have like a tinder box, but not a whole lot else.
Okay. All right. Well, well, the good news is that we have the ability to hunt on the road as well. You know, we can hunt deer. I found a boar on the side.
Are you,
On
if
the way
you're
here.
counting me in on that skill, don't.
You can help cook if you can do fire in your hands.
I can do that.
Well. Listen. I mean, you are all capable individuals. I can teach you how to do this stuff.
That'd be great.
Yeah. I mean, it's for the group's benefit that we all can do this. So I can teach what I can, and we can hunt what we can find: deer, rabbit, boar, pig, mouse. You know.
In some of the
Normally.
stories I've read, there was, traveling merchants and, guard duties that maybe we could guard a traveling merchant headed that way. And, I mean, we don't have to do it alone.
That's a fantastic idea. Yeah, actually, we can ask about town to see if anybody is traveling out that way and see if we can get into a caravan of some sort. Yeah.
I mean,
Do we- Go ahead,
the
Candace.
only issue with that is we will be stopping, not at any civilization of ours, but just in this vague direction, away from any of the main cities. I don't know of any smaller settlements there.
Oh, there are no more settlements on the way. Oh, okay. Good
I'll
enough.
confirm that with the
Well,
map,
not
but
on
I
the
think
map that
Candace
we
is
had.
right. Yeah, and additionally, if we're trying not to have widespread panic, might be better not to have too many people, because people want to know where you're going and why, right? I'm not a very good liar, so if you're counting me in on that skill, don't.
At least his scout skills better than your survival skills.
And for the most part, everybody would have a pretty good idea of just the basic outlay of at least Trinity, save for maybe one of you. But if you look at Willow Hollow and the square that was given to you based on your information, there is no there's nothing. There is literally nothing between you and Durin Moor, except a bunch of craters, wasteland, and that's it.
So, what was the settlement, or what was the information that we got from the note saying? Was it from there was a village out there that was experiencing this? Didn't actually have that in the note.
Along the, and Melia will just pull out the note.
Hey, there you go.
To the west of Willow Hollow, we've heard reports of more fallen star shards along the inlet of Ankmir between 110 and 150 miles.
Oh, okay. So it was just reports of shards coming down. I see.
Mm-hmm.
But we know the direction to go to. We'll find the path.
Due west is a pretty easy direction to follow, I suppose. Follow the coastline as far as we can.
Or you could just follow
Also,
the yellow brick road. Follow
The
the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road.
Kat doesn't remember if I said this last week, so I apologize if so, and I'm repeating myself. When we went to stop by the temple last night, the stars point very clearly in that direction.
Oh, so
That-
you got visions.
I don't know if it's really vision, if that's the right word, but
I don't want to sound like a greedy mercenary or anything, but I didn't hear anything that made the note sound like it was a job we were getting paid for. Not that I'm against doing this, but the first time we signed contracts for the job, this
This is
time it's kind of like, oh, hey, there's
you.
things
You guys all
out there.
literally agreed to this last night.
We talked to Cornelius about it.
We also did a lot of the extra investigation about, hey, here.
I'm getting paid in knowledge.
I mean, yeah, we do need to get paid to survive, but at the same time, it's whatever this is. It's obviously a problem that needs to be dealt with somewhere.
Priestess Rosanna gave us coin in advance
Yeah,
and
did, yeah.
healing. It would be in, well, poor faith to demand more payments, especially to help others.
I'm sure if we actually find something, they're gonna keep giving us stuff to do and keep giving us things to help us live through the stuff they need us to do. It's just kind of how things work around here.
And just to be clear from last session, as far as my notes are concerned, you guys did all agree to staying on employment terms for an additional week, which got you the free housing, free bath stuff. But you may need to be called upon. Then you guys took a bath. You were called upon. There was gold, lots of gold. A peasant, makes 10 gold every 6 months. So a lot of gold and a healing potion each, with the suggestion that that's where they had found more things. However, Payne is technically correct that there is no specific contract for this task, save for a letter suggesting that that is what should be investigated.
We should at least talk to Cornelius and make sure that he is all right with us traveling west, since we are under contract. But there's a saying Priestess Alara used to say a lot, and my mom said something similar. Compassion is light freely given. We shouldn't. If you have the gut instinct of, at the risk of sounding like a greedy mercenary, she just kind of trails off and shrugs a little.
Well, I mean, it's just one of those specifics kind of thing. Like, Mom suggested I should go clean my room. She didn't tell me to clean my room. It would be good if I cleaned my room.
Those
you
are
not-
semantics.
Semantics.
Did you not go and clean up if it was suggested?
Well,
Amelia just looks so like, wait, what?
Oh yeah, no, my parents. If a suggestion came at the end of a belt, like it got done. Yeah.
Oh well, there was a belt. There was more than a belt, but I mean, if the request
Hands
was
too?
not in order, well, option. But no, I also tease. I do care, and I am concerned. I'm just dot your I's and cross your T's and hammer your anvil, sort of thing.
We came here under the initial contract for 10 gold. We've gotten twice that already.
And I'm not saying it's,
It's also
I just want to make
intimidation.
sure that this is done properly. I'm not, the money is good. I'm all for being here and doing this, but I'm just saying, like everybody else said, we should talk to Cornelius, and perhaps he'll have a good idea of how we should travel that far quickly anyway. There's magics and things that can do that.
What, you mean like flying there or something?
Well, I don't like sailing or flying, but, you know,
Well, I
Teleporting.
mean, it couldn't hurt to ask, I suppose.
He thinks that at level
See
1,
what
this
he
guy's
has to
gonna
say about
fucking
the
teleport you.
situation.
Sure.
Were you gonna
So-
say
Yeah,
something?
we
Leroy?
can teleport you. Yeah. Okay, hang on. Let me look that up.
If nothing else, it would be good for Cornelius to know we're going out there. Because, you know, if we don't come back,
We are
Yeah.
under employment now.
I didn't mean abandoning, I meant dying, but I was being subtle.
I
Oh,
picked it up.
I think you didn't.
death can happen anywhere, can't it? Looks towards Pain.
it does seem to be following us rather closely.
Does that?
Could I read that letter?
Of course. And she'll hand it over. I can copy it into chat because I have
I
my notes
gotcha.
right here.
I just share it. There's no reason why everybody
Oh,
can't.
well, that worked too.
That way you've actually got the handout just to look back on. But I appreciate you having that in your notes.
I actually have it both in my notes and in the note that's in my inventory.
Amazing.
And now it's in my notes.
Name.
Okay, so I'm going to go to the temple. Canis, would you like to join me again, or were you going to go to the library?
No, he should probably
please,
join
no,
you.
not the library.
He should probably.
Oh, please, no, not the library.
It's best if he goes with you.
All right. So Canis and I will go to the temple. Lyra, you're going to the library.
Yep.
Pain, Dench, where were you thinking?
Shopping.
Do we want to shop together?
We're gonna
Oh, I
do shopping,
suppose
that's
we-
right.
I suppose we could do that too, but
Good
I mean,
cop,
I
bad
could
cop.
just do some maybe preliminary looking around for ox and wagon dealers and
We'll need food for them as well.
Oh yeah, all sorts of shit.
Part of the reason I would like to go with for shopping is so I can watch what you're getting and hopefully pack a little bit better next time. I probably didn't need both my robe and my vestments, and you know what? That's not important.
Well, we
I
go-
might have sounded creepy for a second.
Before we go buying stuff, do you think we should talk to Cornelius first?
it might be beneficial. Yeah. I suppose maybe Payne and I can speak with him beforehand, or maybe see if we can find him around the palace.
Yeah, and I mean, for the sake of brevity, the guards are all like he had told you a couple days ago. Like all you have to do is request it, and as long as he's in here, he can come. So if you guys mention it, the guards would even, you know.
Oh yeah, right. Could one of you guardsmen be so kind as to find Cornelius for us? We have some questions for him.
He nods, and in Elven, he'll say, "Yes, one moment," which a bunch of you don't understand,
No
which is
idea
kind of
what he
rude
just
as
said.
fuck.
Amelia just seeing the glassy-eyed expressions that are more glassy-eyed than normal, just will just translate softly.
Uh, learn that language is so whimsical. Maybe is the right word. I don't know. It's very flowy.
It is difficult. If you don't inflect just right, the meaning changes completely.
Okay,
Sounds a lot nicer than orcish. It's very barky. Oh, sorry. Hello, Cornelius.
Yeah. So so the guard leaves for a few moments, comes back pretty quick, pretty light on his feet, and you guys pop into Cornelius Venbrush, who enters
He's still
with.
smoldering at 8:15 in the morning.
It's ridiculous.
Did your hair wake up like that?
No. The mages have taught me cantrips so that I can do my hair quickly for occasions such as this. Anyways, you rang.
Yes. Thank you for coming so quickly in the morning. We just had some questions regarding this note we received from Mistress Rosanna. Involving
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I assume you know about this.
Yes. I wrote it.
Okay, I
What
see.
would you like to know? Was there something confusing? Something out of place?
Well, we're going to need quite a bit of supplies to get out that way. Wondering if maybe we could procure ourselves a wagon or a horse or some kind of beast of burden to get our carcasses out there.
Well, we did provide a 10 gold piece stipend for all
yeah.
current group members.
Yes,
If you can collect what we believe to be the fallen star shards, we will reward your entire group, not individually, but for the group, an additional 100 gold pieces. With an additional 2 weeks room and board, as well as bathhouse access and food. Remember that part of the employment agreement is that you do have free room and board, as well as food and bathhouse access right now. So we've made quite an investment in you. I apologize that the 10 gold wasn't adequate.
Oh, no. That was
no.
more than generous. More than generous. Thank you. Sorry, go ahead,
Asking
Amelia.
more of where you would recommend for a beast of burden.
Well, beasts of burden, cities like this, we don't. If you're referring to cows, and
More draft horses or
oh,
carts or stuff.
now horses we can do absolutely. If you head up, I believe it's just to the north. It is the. Yes, head to the Willow Hollow Stables. Actually, it's to the east. Head to the Willow Hollow Stables. That is where I would recommend you start that bit of your work. Now, what I will tell you... Let me just back up a moment. I don't do a whole lot of traveling outside of the Emerald Tower these days. When I was much younger, he kind of flips his hair back over his shoulder like, you prick. I did a fair bit of traveling, but prices were much lower back then. If you're looking to have a wagon, are you looking for you all to ride yourselves in luxury, or are you just looking to carry equipment?
Just carry equipment, supplies, make sure we have enough. We can carry enough food and water for the trip.
Make
Understood.
sure that if we do find any more of these star fragments, we can minimize direct contact with it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Understood. My suggestion for you would be to get yourselves a small cart, for starters, as well as either a donkey or a mule. I know it might sound silly, but they're very durable. They can move for quite a long time, and they should be able to carry much more, probably a couple 100 pounds on the cart, as well as the cart while you're traveling. But it will mean you're walking. And that's going to be probably your cheapest option. If you have the cash for it, and I'm not going to judge if you want to spend your money on bougie wagons and carriages with covered silks, but a draft horse is probably here in Willow Hollow going to cost you somewhere in the ballpark of 50 gold just by itself. And, you're not going to want to waste its strength on anything probably less than a wagon. And that in itself will probably cost you another somewhere between 30 and 50 gold. The problem is the draft horse will then not be able to carry a whole lot more, probably another couple 100 pounds max. So you know, if you're going to get the same amount out of it and you're looking to spend less, that's just my suggestion. My apologies if you are well versed in the arts of travel.
We are
no,
not.
no excesses. I think maybe a mule and a cart would probably suffice for us. Yeah. Okay, that's very useful. Thank you.
And if you're looking for bulk supplies to travel with, you can probably find them at any of the general goods stores. But just remember that buying in bulk from them is probably going to be where you would want to. Well, I guess it depends on what your ability is as far as cooking is concerned. But if I were you, I would definitely just hit the general goods stores.
Yeah, we'd likely hit there for, I guess, more of the ration, and then we'll try to hunt. Well, at least I'll try to hunt for food on the road as best we can.
And to be clear, with the coordinates, I saw the coordinates. I'm not great with cartography and mapping and things of the sort, but you know, if you were to push a mule even, or a draft horse for that matter, and you all hoofed it, as it were, you should make it to the rough coordinates within somewhere between 5 and 6 days, so long as you're not held up. So that's, you know, 5 to 6 there, 5 to 6 back. Again, not assuming you're going to be hung up on anything.
Yeah, right. And we find it immediately what we're looking for.
Exactly.
The shards. Have the researchers found any way to transport the shards safely?
Oh, we have not had anybody touch them at this point. We're still running through repertoires of arcane and divine magic to determine what the hell they are before we start poking and prodding.
Very good.
In the sack, put it in the cart, don't touch it.
I apologize if this is a improper question. I know some arcane magic users can send messages across great distances fairly easily. Would it be too much to ask if you do learn of anything that could help while we're traveling, or if we find more, that a message could be sent to us?
I'm no mage. Have you tried talking to the mages about that?
I know that many of the operations for research and stuff are kind of being centralized here. I don't...
They are, but we are still very different organizations. We have court mages who act directly under Mistress Rosanna, but with their efforts being poured into the shards and looking after this boy that we've been brought, from what I understand, magic is kind of being stretched thin. If there is something critical, like the city becomes under siege, I will spend out of my pocket money enough to send you a message. But as far as updates are concerned, not so much. However, he points at Lyra, she may be able to assist you. I'm unsure of her current talents. But if she can send a message, I can piggyback off of said spell and reply with potentially pertinent information.
I can only do the close quarter one as of right now.
Okay, then let me rephrase that. If she picks up a scroll and in an emergency situation needs to get something to me, and I have something to give to her that is pertinent to you, and you decide to utilize it like that, I will. Or, if the city comes under siege, I'll pay out of pocket to make sure you know.
I pray it does not, but thank you.
Thankfully, there are no forces within a fortnight of the city walls at this point, so we have no fear.
Cornelius, you had mentioned the boy a moment ago. Do you have any more information on him at all?
I don't, unfortunately. You know, it's been less than 15 hours since you brought him to us. He's come to consciousness a couple of times, unfortunately, without a tongue. Tough to understand what he's saying. But what I can tell you is that his eyes have dimmed back to normal. Though he sweats profusely in his sleep and takes to fever, the people of medicine have been able to keep that under control enough so that he does not die. And right now we're just working on the stabilization portion of his recovery. He was very gravely wounded when you brought him to us, and even through divine magic, you can only heal one soul once it's been corrupted the way it was. So this may be a slow process, but I promise you, as soon as I have information and we are discussing like now, I will share it. But he did not die again, so that's good.
But he's saying he seems to be reverting back to his less violent self. He's saying he's becoming more.
His eyes have dimmed, and he has not berserked on us. What I will tell you is that we do have him currently chained down in silver, holy inscribed chains, so that may have something to do with it. But again, we're monitoring right now. The consciousness, too, the interesting thing is that when he comes back to, we don't do anything to render him out. He comes back, la 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 la, boop, out. And this is...
Speaks?
I wouldn't really call it
Screams.
speaking. It's more... Yeah, it's more babbling. But again, there's no tongue, so we don't really know what he's saying.
Bench, tell him about the tongues in the pickle jar. You know, the wizard has them
Yeah.
in the pickle jars.
Yes, thank you, Payne. Well, we found an hourglass full of tongues. It was, I just think we showed it to you. It was fucking gross.
Yes.
We brought it to the college.
Yes.
For them to look at it, and Archmage, you know, he is a very wise and powerful wizard. He smashed it. You know, I think what did he call it? He called it kinetic dispel or something like that.
Martial dispel.
Martial dispel, yeah.
Clever.
Smashed it. All the tongues came flopping out, and
Oh, please. The flopping is not a word we need to use.
well, I mean, it did. They did. It was gross.
So it
And-
broke the enchantment, we think.
Yeah,
Well,
and Amelia
know.
took her tongue from the floor and put it back in her mouth, and it worked.
It did.
So
5-second rule.
yeah, 5-second roll, still good. It was in pickle. It's in pickle juice now, basically. The child's tongue may or may not be in pickle juice at the college. That's what I'm trying to say.
I wanted to hear all that from you. I'd received a report just before coming down here from one of my guardsmen that was the case, and I am glad he reported it appropriately, because I was going to have him demoted. Wonderful. Well, that's fun.
Yeah, I hope he had described it a little bit more eloquently than I did, but it was firsthand. It was the most disturbing thing I've ever seen in my life. Well, one of the most disturbing things I've ever seen in my life. But if the child's tongue is there, it could be replaced. There was limited time before the tongues disappeared into the hourglass, though. So
And some were damaged
dissolved.
by the acid that was present.
All right, well, I'll take that into consideration again until we can figure out how to quell this kid's madness without, I hate to say it, but without slaughtering him outright. At this point, it's just a matter of watching, waiting, tending to his clear unease, and trying to figure out what the hell exactly is going on. I won't lie to you, though. If those efforts bear no fruit, there's a good possibility we are going to have to execute this child and revivify him in order to fix this issue.
Well, it worked for
I'm
Amelia.
I'm glad you said revivify afterwards. I was concerned that executing the kid was going to be the end of the sentence there. But
Oh,
yes, it worked. It did work for Amelia. Yeah.
Dench, we're not monsters here in the Emerald Tower.
I know.
This isn't Durin Moor. The dwarves. No offense, Payne, but they're savages up there in the Northlands.
The with the boy, I don't know who all is around him.
I
or
tried to
what
make
the
that
level
as
of
racially
schooling is.
uncomfortable as I possibly
If he's
could.
able to write, he may. When this thing spoke to me, it was speaking to me in, well, not common, in twisted celestial. If the boy is willing to write, it may give more insights.
We
I
appreciate
don't
that.
know.
I'll do what I can to pass that information up the chain. For now, there's a lot happening all at once. So let us focus on the boy for now. Get yourselves situated, see yourselves to the west. Come back to us, and hopefully within that 10-day we have something more
Have you
pertinent.
been able to identify the boy? I'm sorry to dwell on the child, but have you been able to identify which one he is?
Oh, as far as who he is specifically within the family.
Yeah.
They may have had that information. I've tried to stay as far away from the observatory as possible. Let me take a note, and I'll get back to you. And I'll see if they've managed that.
I would appreciate that. Yeah, I tried to go to the tower and I wasn't allowed past the guards, and I understand the quarantine and all, but
They are they have asked me to come and see it. Not interested, and I'm about the only one besides the court mages and the high clergy and Mistress Rosanna right now seeing the boy.
yeah.
So
a
don't
note
take
would be-
offense.
No, it's fine. Yeah, a note would be fine if you could pass that along. That'd be great. Thank you.
And if Mistress Rosanna has been to see him, we may learn when we go to the church later. She looks to Dad. She says that part. Speaking of which, we probably shouldn't let the morning get away from us too much. We've got a lot to do before we set off.
Yes, we do.
Agreed. Suppose I'll make my way to the stables. Payne, would you like to come along with me? Do you have? Did you want to go to the churches?
I didn't really have plans. I considered the library with Lyra, but I don't read that fast, so yeah, I'll go shopping with you.
I'm
Do you
just
want
going
some
to
money?
the stables. Sure, yeah. A couple coin might be beneficial. I have 19 on me currently. I think that. What did we say the mule would? Oh, we'll find out when I get. Yeah, some coin would help. Yeah.
All right, she'll slide I guess 20 over.
Oh,
20 gold.
that's not all of what you have. You might need some while you're out and about.
Just don't spend it all.
Amelia is also going to add her 10 to that mix. Some of this will likely be needed for supplies, but whatever's needed for, well, all of this. I trust your judgment.
All
Yeah,
right, so
I'll take this to the stable, and then later on we'll do the shopping together.
all right, so Lyra subtract 20, Amelia 10, and Dench add 30. Okay, so why don't we do this then? Who exactly, just kind of out of game, let me know exactly who is going where. I've got Payne and Dench going to the stables, yeah? Okay, and then I've got Amelia and Canas going to the church, to the Temple of Celestian, and then I've got Lyra by herself going to Willow Hollow Histories. Okay, let's start with Lyra.
Okay. Okay, yeah, so I would head over to the library.
Obviously, there are some of you on this map right now that are not here, so...
It does look like it's dark vision mode as well. Or it's kind of grayed out.
Nah, it automatically starts. It's called, it's normal mode, actually, is what it is. So it's when I set it to daylight mode, it's because you're from the outside looking in. Okay. So, here you are, Lyra. There's those. Okay. So, you enter Willow Hollow history. You guys leave the Emerald Tower. You guys split up, and you begin kind of going your separate directions. So...
I'm super, super sorry. Before you dive into that, do
Go
you
ahead.
want us to, or do you need us to update our tokens on this one?
No, this is
Okay.
all RP. These will be deleted
Perfect.
pretty much immediately.
Okay.
All right. So... All right. We got a face for everybody. So, as you enter, you recognize the Grand Librarian Master Lurahald. He is about 5'10", which is pretty tall for a high elf. About 140 pounds, extremely elderly, but very well put together. Long white hair tied in a small ponytail in the back, wearing a fancy gray suit with a black bow tie. His ears are pierced, and where it's showing here that they're just studs, they're actually, if you look really close, they're small crescent moons.
Okay, got it.
So you enter, and surprise, surprise, nobody's here. But you see him sitting at the table, kind of by himself. He looks up from reading, and he kind of squints his eyes. Is there something I can help you with, sweetheart?
Hi, Master Lurahald. Well, maybe. I have some research I need to do, and I was hoping to get to spend some time here in these amazing walls, to figure out a few things.
My goodness, you came in with such confidence, knowing my name. I've no idea who you are.
Oh,
Should I know you?
no, probably not. No, probably not. My name's Lyra.
Lyra. I'm sorry, dear. I see many people. He kind of glances around the empty room. Hear many names and read many books, and unfortunately, I'm not familiar. But I'm glad you know me. You are looking for access to the histories.
Yes, please.
Wonderful. Well, have you been here before?
I imagine I would have been here at least once, yeah.
Probably a few times when you're studying for midterms. Well, then you would know that the cost for the library access for the day is 1 gold piece, but because he kind of glances at your attire, looks down at your tome specifically, because you're a member of the Magi Academia, that is 50% off, so it'll be 5 silver.
Okay. She'll put it on the table, but she'll walk over to him, not like slide it or.
Yeah, he'll take it. He kind of scoops it up nonchalantly, puts it in a little black pouch at his side. Wonderful. And thank you for your patronage. The histories are at your disposal.
Thank you very much. Okay. I don't like the table that has hands for its feet.
Thank you. I just noticed that.
I just wanted to make sure I specifically called out that I dislike it.
Shake my toes.
It takes me back to your time.
Darker times.
I
Yeah.
didn't need to look. Why did you say it?
I'm not gonna.
Always zoom in on my maps. There are little things you'll see that will make you
But
go,
I'm
what
not
the
there,
fuck?
so I didn't want to. And now I
Alright.
regret.
Yeah, true. Okay, so Lyra, what are you doing? You've paid your 5 silver, and you have access to the histories of the entirety of Willow Hollow.
Okay, so I want to I want to start with. I think what I'd like to do is start with researching, like anomalies like what we're seeing, or something from outer space. If anything from outer space has ever landed here before.
Okay, why don't you go ahead and give me one moment. Why don't you roll, because you are utilizing books to dig into the knowledge of something, roll an investigation check with advantage. Because you are using a library, to be clear.
Thank you. Yeah, great. I rolled a 5 on both, so fuck me.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Alright, welcome to level 2, motherfuckers. Okay, so you are looking for anomalies about things coming from
Yeah, like
dark
like,
space.
Yeah, anything from dark space that's landed in this area in the past.
That's landed in this area in the past. Got it. You... Oops. Whew, not good. So, I had to roll to see how long that was going to take you. It takes you 2 hours of pouring through tomes. Okay, so now we're looking at you guys left. Just to be clear, at 8:30, you guys RP'd for about an hour. That's 9:30, 10:30. So it's about 11:30. You got like 30 minutes left before you're supposed to be back. I believe that's what you guys agreed upon. You do whatever you want to do. I'm just giving you the heads up because you're an intelligent character. But you pour through, I mean, and you find like 30 tomes of, you know, everything from historical knowledge of the area. You start with Willow Hollow. You branch out to the region. You go all the way up to Durin Moor. Then you go, okay, what about Trinity? Finally, you get to the prime material, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? You cannot find anything that talks about shit just falling from the sky. Except for dark space vessels, which is a common thing to have come from dark space.
Okay.
But if there is something, you don't have any fucking idea. You're missing it, or it's not written down, and it's frustrating to you as a historian because you swear you could have heard that you have heard about something at some time.
Okay.
And to be clear, Master Lurehald does not interrupt you at all. He stays almost deadly silent.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. She'll note the time and then continue studying.
Understood.
I want to look for history of pandemics or illnesses, especially that show signs of mania, like what we're seeing.
Okay, make an investigation check with advantage, please. I built this place for you, by the way.
Thank you. Boy, being kind tonight. Okay.
14 still not, that's not bad. You dig through probably 3 books, flipping through 3 books before you find a section of like plagues, pandemics, epidemics, and you quickly you begin to just scan kind of through them. Actually, I'll tell you what, why don't you make an Arcana check for me? This is just testing to see like where your intellectual prowess for being a studied mage lies and how fast you read. Okay.
It was a nat 20 and it fucking...
It was, but then it wasn't. Okay, lucky for you, it only takes, this process, this chunk, only takes 30 minutes. Okay, all of it. You are confident when you go through the book that you find that there are no known plagues, diseases, illnesses, epidemics, anything of the sort that leads to what you are looking for in symptoms. And I'll emphasize, you are confident that at least what the histories have written, you find no information. What the Willow Hollow histories have written.
Okay. Then the next thing. Okay. So I want to also, I want to see if I can find maps, and especially one that would outline the area we're going to. And piggybacking off that, I'll do 2 rolls if I have to, but I also want to see if I can find out like what kind of creatures are in that area, if there are settlers in the area. I know that it's kind of near the oh, my brain just quit working. The crater dwellers. But just get a good idea of like what's actually over there.
Okay, make an investigation check with advantage. And just so you know, everybody who I assume would probably be making good on time, we will say, as a futuristic sake of brevity note, Lyra has not come back yet. 19. Okay.
I changed my dice.
I'm going to pull you to a new map. All right. So, you are looking for maps of the area. There are no specific detail. There are no more specific detailed maps that are in this library, which are like historical accounts. The books you find are historical accounts of Trinity as a whole. The books are not any more or less detailed than the actual map that you guys have. And again, if you zoom in on the map that I have given you, it is extremely detailed and has a lot of information if you pay close attention. What I will say is that as you flip through the subsections in the book that talk about the different heraldry... Let me back that up. The different heraldry-worthy locations, meaning places that actually have established civilization. You see the word established civilization come up a few times. Places like Dún Caldur, Willow Hollow, Durinmore, Port Mira, Holden Glen Varick, the Ruins of Ankmir, Cogbach, yada yada yada. Anywhere that has actual heraldry is what it focuses heavily on. But what you note about the inlet, of Ankmir, and I'm just going to draw something for you real quick just to kind of give you an idea. That red line is very specifically noted as the inlet of Ankmir. Okay, there is supposedly an island in the center of the inlet that actually has some sort of habitable zone, but the entire inlet itself is covered in large rocky formations that formed naturally, thousands of years ago during an event that quote-unquote shook the world. You could probably attribute that back to right around the time of the first or second happening. It is extremely dangerous to traverse the inlet itself in boats larger than rowboats because of the rocky formations with as high up as they sit under the water. It's kind of like, you could grab the bottom of a boat and fucking completely tear it open and then everybody sinks, which has happened before. As far as creatures are concerned in the area, it doesn't specify, like, there's a clan of this here and a clan of that there, but what it says as far as, like, warnings, bullywugs, sea serpents, aquatic, draconic activity, without being specific. Dire sea creatures and Sahuagin. Are like the warning animals.
Okay. And then...
And then the last, what was the other question?
That was that one.
I think that was it.
Yeah, and then I wanted to see, like, are there curses that have been recorded that show similar effects to what we're seeing?
Just, you know, that did take you another 30 minutes.
Okay.
So now you are at so you're at 5 hours
Total?
total. So you're an hour late.
Okay.
Okay. And then you're looking for what now?
Curses that show similar signs of what we're seeing. right now.
Curses. Understood. Go ahead and roll an investigation check with advantage. Okay. Okay, so now this took you another 40 minutes. And again, you pour through... You happen to actually, on a good luck roll, or on a good luck spot, notice a book on curses, both arcane and divine in nature. And you sit and you pour through it, but at this point, you are starting to wear down on all of the reading, as you've been reading for, you know, damn near 6 hours straight. And it's starting to weigh on your mind that, oh fuck, I was supposed to be back a long time ago, now I've held everybody up. And you don't. You have no idea.
So I find nothing. Okay.
You find no information. That is what you asked based on that question.
Okay. All right.
And then again, that was another 40 minutes, so
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
like 6
at that point,
hours almost.
it sounds like I need to wrap up. So,
But you don't have to. You keep fucking going. I'm just
I'm
because
not
the group is
finding
gonna have to wait. Period. End of story. And not find you because you have already committed to the time.
yeah. So she's gonna thank the. She's gonna go ahead and thank the Grand Librarian and then head out and head back to.
Okay. Give me one moment. It's 8:30.
Depending on what actually happens with everybody else, if Lyra had been gone for like, you know, close to an hour, I think Dench probably would have went to the library just to look for her. If we're all sitting there waiting for her, but that depends on what happens later.
Yeah, because this was a weird situation that she had committed to. I'm not gonna retro anything that she just committed to as far as the time is concerned. But let me get there in just one moment. Yeah. Okay. So 2:10. All right. Let's go ahead then and switch back over to. Let's see, since Dench and Payne, we're gonna go do stables. Why don't we go to Amelia and Canis?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, let me drag y'all over to the Temple of Celestian. Okay. Shit. I just deleted you guys off that map. And now you can't see. There we go. All right. All right. So, you two, excuse me, enter the Temple of Celestian. And High Priestess Rosebloom is hanging out by her altar currently.
Well, after you.
I'm assuming even though the temple's still closed, the guards just let us through then? Is that
Yeah, there's no issue
okay?
as far as getting through with you two. I mean, they would, they're not like standing there like, big, burly, mean guys. They're more just kind of like hanging out there and keeping away the riffraff, and then you approach and they just kind of nod, and the door's actually open. It's like slightly ajar.
Oh,
This is pretty lax. I mean, here's the thing, the shards aren't here anymore, so it's not like that big of a deal. They're just, being safe.
okay. Same thing as she always does when she goes into the temple. She kind of like nods her head, like dips her head a little bit as she enters, murmurs the light above and within, and then would go in fully. First thing she's gonna do is make sure she's not interrupting anything that the priestess is doing, and wait to be like acknowledged first, or
Yeah.
for Canis to be Canis.
Yeah, when you two walk in, she kind of looks up. It looks like she's actually like writing something, but she's also got a small set of scales in front of her, and she was like putting coins on one side, and you saw it balancing. So you would assume, just kind of knowing how clergy works, she was probably balancing her coffers. But she kind of looks up and over at you. Amelia, welcome back. I'm sorry, I heard you tried to stop by last night. My apologies. We all need sleep sometime. Well, rest sometime. She kind of smiles.
She laughs a little. The stars were beautiful last night. It was worth the walk. Are we interrupting anything, or do you have a few where we could speak? Nothing horribly tragic this time.
No, child, please come forward and bring your other celestial friend. I was just balancing the temple coffers from the last few weeks. My books were out of sorts with all of the strange happenings. Would you care to sit? And she kind of she sits and kind of points across from you. Please make yourself comfortable, both of you.
As she goes, she is going to not sit on Canis.
I think that was the other way around.
She is going to just softly. I
Was
guess
that
that,
one okay?
means you can't hide under a pew this time.
Says that anything about a pew, I can hide under the bench.
Oh, sweet, simple boy. So, Amelia, you have nothing horrible or tragic to bring to me?
Not that I'm aware of, actually. I was hoping for some guidance.
Such is my job as High Priestess. What troubles you?
She kind of opens her mouth to like start speaking, closes it, thinks about her words for a moment, and then we've over the past couple of days, I've met a lot of people that I would never have dreamed of having the honor to work with. But Payne is a priest of Moradin, and he used a term that I'm questioning a little. He called me a paladin, and that has implications that I don't really know how to even begin to approach.
Okay, let's maybe back up just a few moments here. Payne, who is the dwarven companion of yours,
Yes.
who carries... Yes, understood. He referred to you as a paladin. Where?
When we were outside the Thornell estate, and then it was referenced again when we were speaking with Master Fenbrush.
Understood. And why
I think he just kind of blurted out. Likes to talk a lot about books he's read about adventures and things like that.
Okay. It's very dwarven of him.
Well, I hope they aren't all like that.
Many are, but it's one of their more endearing qualities. Let me back that up. Many are who are not very well traveled. I'm not familiar with your friend. I've never seen him here before, but I'd wager that if he is a book nut, probably hasn't traveled far from home in his life. But I could be wrong. Anyways, we could sum this up in one of two very easy ways. Amelia, are you a paladin? And if so, of what order? That's the answer to your question, right?
I don't know the first thing about the orders. All I know about paladins is they've sworn an oath in the light or eyes of their god and intend to hold to it. But it's more than just that.
Yes, I see exactly what we have here. We have, I believe, on our hands, an initiate. You took an oath, I'm assuming quietly, in a moment of holy enlightenment, bound yourself to something that you thought was important, and you felt a change within you. You felt the presence of the moon and the stars gleaming down upon you, yes?
She nods a little.
Wonderful. Well, you are well on your way to becoming a paladin, if that's truly how that happened. You may be a paladin by nature, but you have to remember that paladins, by societal order, are actually establishments of the hierarchy of civilization, meaning they are the equivalent of monarchs and royal courts, or guilds and guild structures.
Her eyes go so wide when she says that. Just, oh.
Which is why, if you are not a paladin officially of a known and established order, referring to yourself as one could get you in serious trouble. And, more than that, vanquishing evil in the name of a paladin order, or as a paladin without an order, could also get you in trouble, because though you carry the laws of your god on your shoulders, you do not carry the laws of of the land in your pockets. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I think so.
What I'm saying in simple terms is that you may have the abilities and the graces of our dear God Celestian, but it does not mean that the Prime Material has accepted you as a paladin of an order that is justified in bringing law and order to its lands. But here's the good thing. If you are exhibiting the power that you say you are, and you believe that you may be on the trek to becoming a paladin, it means that you are in the initiate phase of this transition. And luckily for you, all godly and goodly gods have orders of paladins within their ranks. Just like your friend Payne, the priests of Moradin sometimes become paladins of the Forge. I don't know much more about paladins in Moradin than that, to be honest with you. But as far as Celestian is concerned, my child, we have two paladin orders. We have the Order of the Silver Star, who focus on dark space, the stars, astral bodies, and a life dedicated to bringing the light of the heavens to those in need. And there is the Order of the Wanderer, and those are typically hermit-like paladins who focus solely on lives of pilgrimage by themselves and a life of wandering in order to vanquish evil. It's the wayfarers of the Celestian belief system. Now, I don't know much about the Wanderers. The Wanderers, again, they're pilgrims. We've had one or two during their holy pilgrimage stop by our temple, but I've not seen one in many years. And although there's an established order, I couldn't tell you which temple they call home. What I can tell you is that if you are at all interested, I could put you in contact with a member of the Order of the Silver Star who does reside here in Willow Hollow. We only have the one, but it may be better than nothing if you have questions, or if you're maybe interested in taking on official initiate status and making your way towards becoming a full-fledged paladin. Or you just fly under the radar and make sure you don't inform the law that you're a paladin without the proper paperwork and signed legal documents, and you just do your thing.
Last one sounds fun.
I don't know about all of the paladin side of things, but I do know that the thought of having to fly under the radar of the law in general just feels wrong.
Spoken like a true paladin.
I think that's just my mother's voice, really. The Order of the Wanderer, if that's all... The words I said under the stars weren't about vanquishing evil, though, I mean, not allowing it's one thing, but I want to help where I can.
Well,
That's really all it comes down to.
this may just require some inward inflection. Now, inward inflection. That would require... No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that to you. Some inward reflection. If you want to think on it, you're more than welcome to. Again, I couldn't do anything about the Wanderers, as I've seen a few here and there in my lifetime. The Order of the Silver Star are the prominent paladin order amongst the Celestian believers. They are very dedicated brothers and sisters of the sky. They excel in traveling through dark space, and actually the one who is here in Willow Hollow, who's been assigned as essentially a post watcher, is what they call them, but Willow Hollow's temple is his post. His name is Morlin the Everwatcher, and he is brilliant. He has the appearances... It's tough to say. I know he's Azamar, and he desperately wants to be Elven, based by his features, but he's gray like stone. Now I want you to meet him just because. You'd have to see. He's wonderful. Truly a sight to behold. He's traveled the stars. He's visited Mount Celestia in his own pilgrimage. He's stories to tell for ages. I'm not trying to sell this. I'm no paladin. Just a humble priest of our Lord. But if you're interested, you come see me and you let me know.
Would love to meet him. I don't know how much time I have before we have to leave. Looks down at Canis, kind of for confirmation there, but I I would truly love to meet him.
Well, he's bound to the temple, not physically, but, by paladin law. So I could. She looks around. "Yeah, it's rather early. I could probably have him here in 2 hours, if that's okay with you. If you've the time, or if you'd like to come back.
We just have to be. We said we'd be back for lunch, so that I think there's time. Again, she just looks towards Canis. I shouldn't speak for you, though.
You know what? That's a fair point. You guys did not give me a specific time. You guys said that you were going to be back for quote-unquote lunch. Are we counting lunch as a sliding scale?
Said like midday, basically. I don't think we said like noon.
No, I had it in my head that it was noon because I have 3 kids and 5 people in this house, and breakfast happens at a certain time, and so does lunch, and so does dinner, so that's my bad. Okay. If we're working on a sliding scale, though, that evens it up a little bit with
I
her
think it's a
being
little
late.
bit of a. I think it's a little bit of a sliding scale, especially since after 2 days, Amelia has learned that we are operating on half-orc stomach scale and dwarven stomach scale and Canis stomach scale. So
Yeah, I was just thinking about
worse than
9:45
hobbits.
rolls around and Payne starts fucking sweating. He's just like eyeballing apples.
I was waiting for the opportunity to say it is not a sliding scale with Pain, and at noon he will be at that table eating and
Yes,
drinking.
yes.
That's why you always bring pocket bread.
But you're going to still be eating lunch during that entire sliding scales time.
That's possible, but he could get bored. It's possible.
True.
Before I meet him, you've heard about the temples in Holden Glen. You hinted at least that you
Yes.
knew of the changes there.
We've received word, yes, that there was a change in clergy leadership. I believe Brother Mail has taken post. You see her cringe a little bit.
Yeah, Amelia also does her best to not make a look of disgust, but she doesn't have a deceptive bone in her body. So I'm sure Canis would notice there. I know his passive insight's stupid.
Wow, you really don't like this guy.
Amelia tries so hard, just to that statement, doesn't respond to it directly. Is this the one you know here, this watcher? He's I don't want to work for the church. Not like that. That's not what they're doing isn't right. It's not what it's supposed to be.
She puts her hand up and she says, "Listen, there are intricate workings at the top of the clergy that are currently underway. And I wouldn't worry yourself too much about Holden Glen for the time being. You would not be working as a paladin for the church. The paladin orders act as outside protectors in the name of our God for the church. They do not answer directly to the church. The paladin orders are their own separate structure. So, if you were to take on the cloth and become a priest, you would work directly for the church. And the church hierarchy could station you or put you somewhere, even back in Holden Glen under Brother Mail."
Priestess Alara always said I didn't have the patience to be one of the cloth.
Did you say Ilara?
Yes?
Hold on a moment. She reaches down into. She's got like a small leather bag, kind of like a messenger bag. She reaches down and she pulls a couple of papers out and she flips through them and she looks down at the paper and she reads it a couple times. You know, we had seen Priestess Alara a few times in her childhood, actually. She studied here under us. Did you know that? Did she ever tell you that?
No, she didn't talk much about, well, how she entered the church.
That's
She was
fair.
always very forward
Now,
looking.
no, that's understandable, and we knew her as a very progressive and forward thinker as far as the clergy structure is concerned. Weird thing is, she was supposed to be here a week ago. We transfer papers. She kind of hands them over to you from Holden Glen. Did she not? Did you not see her on the road or here in Willow Hollow?
And she doesn't even reach for him. She looks like she's just been struck.
She kind of pulls her hands
No.
back, and you see now her eyes go wide. And then she looks back down at the papers. So you're telling me she left before you did?
I didn't know that she was transferring here.
Well, that's... And she kind of holds it up again. That's the paperwork we got. Gods, I didn't realize you and her were so connected. Oh, Celestian, bless me. Stars. And she kind of tilts her head and starts to pray in Celestial, holding the paper to her chest.
What is she saying?
That's a good fucking question. You know what? Fuck you, because I did not plan a prayer.
At least conceptually.
Conceptually, yeah, she would be saying, like, "Oh God above, oh shining star, I may have misjudged what I read from this letter, and it has now hurt one of our own. What shall we do? Please show me guidance when the moon shines tonight. Give me a sign so that I know what to follow." It's just kind of like, please give me guidance as we go forward, because now I don't know what to make of what I'm looking at.
Okay. When she finishes praying, definitely not interrupting. Amelia's taking some of that time to recollect herself. There's a lot of things that could have delayed her on the road. I know when she left, it felt abrupt, but that very well could have been the stars pulling her where she was needed. She's likely still on her way. I wouldn't worry too much. The roads aren't always direct, but
She kind of wags the paper and she goes, "This was dated the 11th. She kind of like looks up at the ceiling and all the carved, star charts on the ceiling, and she stops on one and looks, and you see her visibly counting. Maybe she decided it would be advantageous to travel east to Cogbach on small pilgrimage, or maybe west to Varick on a small pilgrimage before making her way here. If the signs in the stars aligned and showed her that, I believe in it. Right?" And for the first time, you see her kind of falter in confidence.
I found the stars to be incredibly forthright over the past couple nights. She might have found that too.
I hope so.
if she makes it while we are gone, um, would you be willing to let her know that that I'm in town and will be back in a handful of days' time? I think
Yes.
Master
Yes.
Fenver said it would be like 10 days if the roads are good.
Understood. She kind of holds up the papers again. The paperwork was for a transfer, full transfer. So, when she arrives, Amelia, I will make sure she knows that you are on your way back to meet with her specifically.
And now that Amelia's a little calmer, may I read those?
Yes.
Is that okay? And
She kind of stops though. She goes, "Read them alone. Take time to think on them before you dig into them. There's nothing cryptic. I just want you to have the peace of... I want you to have the peace of the sky when you take in the information in here. Because the words drip of Brother Mail."
I was hoping you weren't going to say exactly that. Now I'm gonna ask a DM question. The 11th.
Yeah.
How does that timing line up with things? Because I was ambiguous in backstory timing.
Yep. So let me pull that back up. I actually was taking notes as we were talking.
Also, Kane is getting all of the gossip.
I just imagine he's like that that dog gif of the dog just like you know, it's like the lab with its eyes bugging out. He's just like, "What the fuck?"
I was more imagining the dog from Up, which goes left and right.
Isn't that dog's name? No, the chocobo looking thing is Kevin. What's the dog's name?
Doug.
Doug. Damn it. It is Doug. Okay. So she said 2 weeks ago. So today, the current day is the 26th. So that would mean that 2 weeks ago was the 12th. And you left, I believe, on the 18th. That would have been 8 days travel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The 17th. So you would have left on the 17th. So yeah, that would line up. She left about a week-ish before you did, I believe.
Okay. I wasn't entirely sure when she left in my whole timeline of backstory traumas.
Yeah, and we'll say that she
so-
left on the 12th, just for the
Okay.
sake of it being kind of...
So that does line up there, which
it
helps.
does line up, yep.
Yep. But I didn't see her, which is not as great. No. May I take these with me then, or do you need
Yes,
them?
no, I've already scribed them into the temple records, so please take them. You do them more than I, and I'm glad we see eye to eye on the unfortunate circumstances in Holden Glen.
It's not the same. And I don't know if it will be the same again.
Oh, child. It will find a way to right itself. Our Lord
That I have
always
faith in.
provides.
She just nods a little bit and then kind of looks towards Canis with a clear, like, your turn kind of look.
Okay, well, I will interrupt here, I guess. I am definitely going to pry later. Looks at Amelia.
I
But
would
for
expect
now-
nothing less.
Perfect. I'm glad we understand each other. But for now, would it be possible to get more holy water? Because we're going off, probably going to find more of those stones, or maybe another crash site.
I had a small container I had brought with me. When we found more of what Master Fembrish has been calling star fragments, after the success with keeping it in the holy water here, we dropped the fragments we had into
Yes.
what holy
Yes.
water
Yes.
and
Yes. I'll tell you what. Because it is utilized for pretty much every ritual that we perform here, as far as the clergy is concerned, it's tough to come by, so I can't part with much of it. She stands up and she walks over. You see, she crouches down and she puts 3 fingers up on the pedestal, and then she pushes them and twists, and the pedestal, you hear like a and out pops a small platform, a small marble platform with 2 vials on it. She picks one of the vials up, she closes the lid, and then she stands up and she fills one of the vials or flasks. She comes back and she kind of looks down at Kanas with the top on it now, and she hands it to him. I'm assuming you're going to carry this? And then she looks at you kind of blankly. And then you see a
Yes,
smile start to
that is
creep
my
across her face. And then she goes, I knew you were asking for her. And she turns to Amelia and hands you a single flask of holy water.
thank you. He was very persuasive last night in suggesting I should just ask, and I didn't feel it would be appropriate. So, thank you.
It's
That's okay. That's what I'm for.
being that you are not a member of the clergy officially, it's extremely inappropriate. So you were right in that notion. However, being a sister of faith and one that is bound to the church in a deep, deep way, and one who is helping Willow Hollow, possibly more than you know, it's due to you. Now, I cannot empty my pedestal every day for you, but I can part with 1 flask of holy water.
We will make use of it. And I know you said it could be a couple of hours if you were to.
Yes,
send
if
for
if yes, if it's all right with you, I can get word out now, and I can have the keeper meet you here in 2 hours, if that's all right. Typically, it's 2 hours if he is expecting to meet somebody on request.
Canis, do you think we have time for that?
Sarah went to the library. She's not going to be out anytime soon.
I knew he was gonna have my back on that.
Which is why he went with you.
Should we have?
No.
We're all right. Then, yes, that would be very helpful.
These cocksuckers still haven't delivered
before
my
I
package.
forget,
I was supposed to be here by 8:45.
You've been helping oversee the Thornell boys' care, right? Or some of the ones from the clergy here?
I have not. We sent a priest with to watch over the fragments that were brought here. None of us have any part in the Thornell boys' care.
Okay. Master Fenbrush was trying to see if he could find out the boy's name. Dench has been asking. So I was going to ask you while we were here.
Yeah, it's still just nowhere on the list. Fuck. Yeah, unfortunately I have no information about that. My priest that we sent with the fragments does tell me that they've been undisturbed except for divination magic that's been, and some divination and enchantment magic that's been poured into the holy water to try to figure it out, but besides that, nothing.
I will.
Right.
I'll pass that on then. While we wait, is there anything I can help with? And that would be kind of sake of brevity things, I am sure, but
She kind of stands and she smiles and chuckles and she goes, "Well, initiate, if you're keen on doing clergy duties." She kind of nudges her head into this corner of the room. "There's a few bloodstains over there that, if you wouldn't mind scrubbing out of the tile, I'd be much appreciative of." And she just starts.
mostly hides her wins, but also she knows exactly where the cleaning supplies are, so she will absolutely work on helping, etc. Not
All right.
thinking about whose bloodstains. Sorry, go ahead.
Canis will help in quotation marks, and by help I mean he'll probably sit on this bench over here and be like, "Oh, this is the spot." He's going over there too.
All right,
I
so
even
go ahead.
my last little comment is, as much of a paladin as she does still have some human blood in her, and Canis may or may not get splashed with soapy water at least once.
Completely deserved.
That's it. Sorry.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I was actually just doing a scene shift here, so bear with me. So we're gonna go ahead and scene shift, and we are gonna jump over, since they're waiting on that. Lyra has already signed her own warrant. We're gonna go ahead and move over to the Willow Hollow Stables. All right, give me 1 minute. Can you imagine that I actually have a fucking Stables soundtrack?
And
Really?
horse sounds.
And horse. It's part of the Stables ambient soundtrack. Hell yeah. I also want you guys to know that I went on kind of a bender today. Not like a bad bender. It was a spending bender. Spendy bender. And
Bender.
a spender bender, yeah. And I was going through Roll20 because they sent me an email and they're like, "Hey, it's the last chance to save on our Black Friday 2-week sale." And I'm like, you know what? I should probably take a look at it. I haven't invested in a while. I wound up spending like $130 on $5 fucking art packs for this campaign specifically, and there is some fucking weird shit coming. So you're welcome in advance. Okay, so Payne and Dench, you arrive at the stables, which is to the east. As you enter, from the outside, you can see that there are a couple of large barns. This being one of them. This being one of them, and then there are a couple of fields that are growing crops. So this gentleman that you see as soon as you walk in is currently in the middle. This is this guy here, by the way. He is in the middle of having a conversation, pretty loud conversation, with a gentleman. But as you guys are approaching him, you would notice, first and foremost, he is not a high elf. He is a wood elf. And he is about 5'10", 170 pounds. Looks probably middle-aged. He's got brown shoulder-length hair. And he's got a scar on his right cheek that looks like, almost looks from a distance like a butterfly or a moth with a tail. But as you approach, you realize that it's kind of like a focal point up high on his cheek with 3 prongs like a caltrop. It looks like he got kicked in the fucking face by a horse or a mule. He wears a brown tunic and a brown leather apron, and he's got dark brown, thick leather boots.
He's thick.
Oh, he thick. All right, so, excuse me, Jesus. All my spit just suddenly got very thick. Okay, so, as you guys approach, you hear him kind of telling this guy in common. You hear him like, Listen, fella, I don't know who the hell you think you are, but these are the best damn horses in Willow Hollow, and you ain't gonna get a better deal than that. If you don't like it, you can get the fuck out. And this guy kind of like slaps his hat, and his hat kind of like falls off. He picks it back up. It's like kind of slapstick almost, and he kind of... I can't believe you've talked to me. He said, I said you can get the fuck out. And the guy kind of turns on his heels and begins to walk away. And he kind of walks past you in a huff.
Does he do like the Tom and Jerry turn around, huff, and then walk away?
Was it a high elf?
He was a high elf, yeah.
Like rich and kind of bougie, kind of looking.
Very, looking that way. Like wearing a white suit with a bolo tie and not a top hat, but probably a bowler hat. Black boots that were shiny, whereas this guy's are, shit caked and kind of musty. But he turns, and you see him kind of like turn, and he just shakes his head, looks up at you two, and kind of, well, shit. Lost one customer, possibly earned two. Howdy, fellas, how you doing?
Good morning, sir. Yes, in fact, you have received two more customers. We're in need of a cart and a mule, if you can spare.
A mule? He kind of looks at the two of you. Y'all needing a mule?
Well, we need something to carry, to haul a cart across country.
Well, how far are you going?
About 150 miles.
150 miles cross country. Come on now, son. That ain't cross country. Cross country would be from here to Gilb. No, but I kid. 150 miles, that's quite a trek. Okay. All right, mule. Yeah, well, I think we got ourselves a mule here. We got a small cart as well. You belong to any of the guilds I should know about?
Oh, no guilds. However, we do have requests from Cornelius to see ourselves out west.
Oh, that pompous bastard. All right, yeah, Cornelius. You're one of his lackeys, I'm assuming.
Well, he does pay, and he does give us provisions as needed. He's a good man. He is a little pompous, sure, but he's a good man.
Yeah, see, the problem is with these damn high elves that they walk around with their ear tips so high in the air that they can't even see the toes. But that's all right. Cornelius, he's a good sort, and he does pay his debts. All right, so y'all are looking for just a mule. He turns around, kind of looks down at Payne. Y'all ain't from around here, are you?
Oh, so.
Kind of stares at Payne.
I think you're muted, Payne.
Am I working?
Hey, there we go! Oh.
I said not so much.
All right now. All right. No, we got all kinds of cons around here. All right. So y'all are looking for a cart, just like a simple cart. And he kind of like starts walking up north.
Oh yeah, something we can carry some provisions with us.
You just trying to transport goods or people?
Goods mostly. I mean, if we can find the right price for a decent cart, I mean, I'd be willing to see what we got.
All right.
I got about 49 gold to work with. Well,
49 gold.
Well, I also need some of this for provisions as well. So I'd say probably, I don't know, 30 gold we're working with total.
That's gonna be tough. But let me see what I can do for you. All right, bare minimums. Trying to bring everything you can. All right. So look, I got a cart here. It's awfully big for what you're probably looking for. I could probably do the cart for 15 gold for you. However, it weighs about 200 pounds. I could get you a donkey. maybe a mule. I could probably get you a mule. I think we got a mule. And he kind of like sidesteps. He starts moving towards the east. I could probably get you a mule. I wonder if we got that Gelden. I think he's gone now, but he pops the door open and steps in, and the scent of the barn immediately hits you. There's a couple of people in here working on the horses. You see a farrier working on the shoes of one of the horses, and another one putting bit and bridle in. Dude has got kind of an apron like a blacksmith. That's him down here, and it looks like he's probably sizing up the horse's jaw. Kind of looks down the line. Yeah, I could probably, this mule right here. All right. Boy, you ain't got a whole lot of gold to spend, huh? 15, 8. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Like I said, we still need to get supplies and such. Yeah.
At the appropriate time, I'd like to insight the guy to make sure we're getting a good deal. And I also want to look at the animal he's offering compared to the other animals with an animal handling. When it's, appropriate time.
Okay, so bear with me for just one moment. Okay, so let me. Okay, so he says, I could probably sell you this mule here. I could do 8 gold for the mule. And I could get you that cart out there. I'm gonna have it shrunk down just a little bit, but we could do that easily by the morning if that's alright by y'all. Otherwise it's gonna be a wagon, and that's all I got.
How much would the wagon?
Well, the wagon's 35 gold just by itself, but I can do the cart for 15, so that'll bring you to a total of 23. Now, you told me you're working on a budget of 30, is that right?
That's correct, yeah.
Alright, so here's the thing, though. You're gonna need bit and bridle for the mule. That's another 2 gold. You're also probably gonna need feed. How many days y'all gonna be out? Or how many days of feed do you need?
Plan for 2 weeks, Stench?
Yeah, about 2 weeks. Maybe
So
6 days out, 6 days back.
So you want to call it safe and call it 14?
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Alright, so that's going to be 70 copper. So that's 7 silver. And I'm assuming y'all are probably going to need... Are you taking saddlebags with you for the mule, or are you just going to throw everything right in the cart?
I think we're probably just gonna throw everything just straight in the cart. Yeah, I don't
All
really
right.
see
Well-
us riding this poor girl anywhere.
Yeah, no, that's fine then. Alright, so we're looking at 25 gold, 7 silver. And that'll get you the bit and bridle. Well, now, here's the other thing. Let me see here. That's that. Nope, that's everything you're gonna need. So, and ain't nobody planning on riding this mule, correct? So we don't need a saddle for her?
I can't imagine any need to ride her. No. I don't plan on it. I mean, pain. I can't imagine.
You think I could make it up onto a horse?
Yeah. Well, mule.
It ain't a horse, it's a mule, but I think you
Mule.
could make it up there, no problem. All right, so if that's the case,
Itty-bitty one. So I think we'll be fine with no saddle. Yeah.
all right. So what we're looking at then for 14 days of food for this little thing, plus the cart and the mule itself, we're looking at 25 gold, 7 silver. Payne, go ahead and make an insight check for me. This man does not seem in any way, shape, or form like he is lying to you or cheating you out of anything. As far as the animal handling check is concerned, what exactly are you trying to glean from it? Because animal handling is trying to physically handle the animal, so what are you trying to... Explain to me what you want out of this. What are you trying to do?
So I don't want the old nag. You know what I mean? I don't want him to sell us the old nag with the broken back for the price of a nice horse or whatever. You know what I mean?
Okay, make an investigation check. God damn. Best fucking nag you've ever seen. No, I kid. You look at it, and here's the thing. You guys, the thing is, where you're from, you guys don't use mules, right? You use, like, ox and donkeys, and what the fuck is a mule? It looks, I will give you this, though. Why don't you just give me a perception check. That's not a shovel.
That's the passive perception if I click on that.
No. Nope, just a normal perception check on the skill sheet.
Oh, I looked past it.
Yeah, the passive perception actually happens behind the scenes. Just so you guys know, I don't know if I've actually showed you guys this yet, but I do have passive perception and passive insight because I take very detailed notes of shit happening in my world. And if it procs one of your guys' passives, I make the roll off screen and then give you free information. That's happened actually a couple times with Canis since we've been playing. But a nat fucking 20. So you have no fucking idea what a mule is. But you look this thing over as he's pointing at it, and it is probably... It looks to you like a creature of a stature you're familiar with that is in its prime, extremely muscular and well-fed. The coat is gleaming. Absolutely no flaws. It's not like it's matted and fucked up and caked with shit. You look down at the hooves, perfectly trimmed. Teeth, as it kind of, rears back and does a little whinny, flawless. A hint of brown across the crowns of them. This thing is in exemplary health. And you are very confident of that.
So Dent's seeing, like, Bane probably, like, give it, like, a really good, like, look over. It's like, so, what do you think? Does that sound reasonable?
How much did he want?
25 and 7 silver, I believe.
Yeah, 25 gold for everything with the mule and the cart and the bit and bridle, and then 7 just for the feed.
Okay, and before I speak, Payne knows that he's a wood elf.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Race is very obvious. I didn't want to assume race. Yeah, I got you.
So Payne looks at the guy and says, well, my wood elf friend, the best we can do is 26 gold.
Oh, y'all are too funny. You really don't have to. I'm a man willing to pay for what we, got here to offer. I can break if we need to. But if you're willing to offer the 26, that's fine by me. I tell you what. If you're interested in doing that for me, I'll go ahead and give you this as well. I got I'll tell you what. Since y'all want to be so kind to me, strangers no less, especially compared to that last son of a bitch who was just here. Hi, elf
We got a
prick.
good whiff for that guy, yeah.
You smell the perfume on that bastard?
Potent stuff.
It's leaking from his asshole the whole way in and the whole way out. That was classist and racist all in one bundle. I'm kind of like on top of that. I'll tell you what. I'll give y'all 5 pounds of flour to take with you. Put it on your cart since you're traveling out west. You did say out west, right?
Yes, sir. That's too kind of you. Can I ask, what's her name? What's her temperament?
This mule here? Oh, I thought you were talking about me. I was like, my dear boy,
What's
I
your
am
temperament, girl?
Joffrey Arkbarkin, and I am a son of a bitch. I'm just kidding. No, this mule right here, we actually have not named because she has not come of age yet. So she is unnamed number 2, and he points over here. And that's it, unnamed number 1. That's her twin brother. Unfortunately, the mayor that birthed both of them, she died last year. But she had given birth to about 25 foals before her passing. So she was a good Good girl. I tell you what, y'all go ahead and name this mule since she's yours. We'll go ahead and put it on the certificate, send it with you so we know it's yours, and nobody can ever question that, and go about your business. I will make you fucking name the
Speaking
thing I will
of
take from
names, Joffrey, I don't think we were properly introduced. I am Payne, and this is my friend Dench, and I picked up your name. It's good to meet you, Joffrey.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a-
terrible. Sorry, I didn't introduce myself properly. We kind of got swept away in the mood, you know.
No, it's all right. It's all right. I was honestly a little flustered because of that bastard who was walking around here thinking he was going to try to take, food out of my children's pockets. So, no problem, no harm, no foul, dear Mr. Payne and Mr. Dench. Pleasure to meet you. Jeffrey Arkbakken. If you ever need anything as far as mules, horses, he points down, we got the draft type down there if you're ever looking for a good ride, or if you become a knight. I hope you don't become a knight, by the way. No offense, but I just,
Unlikely.
All right, so go. I don't know who has the money, but go ahead and you can remove 26 gold.
I got that.
All right, and then I'm gonna just put it in my notes so that you guys have it for next time. We're not short on time, but just so we don't.
Gold, no. I'm too dumb.
He's like, damn, I'm rich.
I'm thinking Clippity Clop would be a good horse name. Mule, it's a mule, correct? It looks sort of like
I
a
think I
horse.
have a pretty fun name too. Pearl. What do you think?
Pearl.
Come back to Lyra. Say like, hey, we found you a pearl, and then
I like
boy.
it.
Oh,
Name
that's
it
rude.
Pearl.
And then she doesn't have her pearl, but we spent all your money on a fucking mule.
everybody's all over it.
All right, so you guys gain a mule, a cart, 5 pounds of flour, a bit and bridle, and feed for 14 days. So
I think we have that's like a party inventory thing. I think
There is now.
there is a fucking party inventory. Isn't that crazy? I'll put it. I'll tell you what. I'll just go ahead and pop it there so that you guys can do that at your leisure. It doesn't have to be now. What I will tell you is that the mule can carry 420 pounds and move at normal speed. The cart weighs 200. The bit and bridle weighs 1. The feed that it's going to need to carry for 14 days is going to be 200. Ooh, it's a lot. It's 10 pounds a day of feed.
So you can only carry.
So
200
it's
pounds
yeah.
or
So
400 pounds?
yeah. So it's 420 pounds. So it's got 79 pounds left after it can carry 79 pounds of goods after its 14 days of food because it's 10 pounds of feed a day. And then you guys were given 5 pounds of flour, which for you guys can constitute as a food substitute of some sort. But that's only 1 pound per. So you guys have 74 pounds remaining on the cart before this thing is overburdened and then moves slow. Now you can run it slow if you really want to.
I think we can work with that. Plus, it's going to keep eating, so it's going to keep losing weight as we go.
That is true. That is true. Boy, I thought for a second there you were sending this thing on a death march, and you were like, it's going to get skinny as fuck, so don't even worry about it. Like, wow, Payne, you are sick. I love it.
Neutrally.
Yeah. All right. So, you guys get your cart, your mule. Everything's loaded up for you. I love that hat.
Yeah, that's a 30-year-old hat.
No shit, really? That's amazing.
She's gonna be buried in that thing in like another 100 years.
Okay, so Dench and Payne at that point, I'm assuming you guys kind of take the time to get the mule set up, get everything loaded. We'll say for the sake of brevity, it takes another like hour of like just meeting and greeting the mule, getting the cart loaded. He shows you how to do the bit and bridle. He doesn't try to be insulting. He just shows you what he knows. He teaches you the temperament. Actually, you know what? Since we're doing that, why don't both of you make an animal handling check for me, please? Now's the time for that. What the fuck with both of you? You both walk up and are like, just to establish dominance, Dench is like, Payne, we need to both rear kick this thing in the fucking head. No,
Sounds like more of like something that Payne would say with that nat one.
Yeah, that's true, that's true. Alright, so it takes you guys an hour and a half to actually get familiar with this thing, and then we'll say for the sake of brevity that you guys head back out. So, I don't think I actually have a whole lot more, except for Amelia and Canis. So we're going to go ahead and circle back to them since we've gotten these big points knocked out. And let me just, give me 1 second here. I'm marking off notes. And just to be clear, just so everybody knows, as far as like a horse or a mule or a donkey or on foot, it doesn't matter. Unless you were like riding a horse and with no wagon attached, it wouldn't really matter. But if you guys are traveling with a wagon or a cart or whatever, you can move slowly on any given day when we're doing like big land travel, 18 miles a day. Slowly. That allows you to be stealthy as you move. Okay? But it's much slower. You can move at a normal pace, which is 24 miles a day. And that is just standard movement. And the day includes a long rest. Okay? Or you can force march it and you can move fast, which means that you're kind of yee-hawing it. And that's 30 miles a day, which, depending on how long you have to travel, that could be exponentially quicker. However, that does mean that you are not paying a whole lot of attention to what's around you, and it could exhaust you before you reach your long rest point. So just keep that in mind. So it's either 18, 24, or 30. All right, with that being said, let's circle back to our paladin and Canis.
Turns out he's been the paladin the whole time.
Wouldn't that be fucking awesome? He just like stands up and he's in full plate armor and he's like, hello.
I show up with jackal armor.
He's been the Order of the Wanderer the entire time.
Son of a bitch, this guy. Give it 1 sec.
While you do that, you kind of like backtrack a little bit as she's cleaning. I think eventually he'll just kind of go, "Hey, Amelia."
As she's diligently working to get all of the blood out. Yes. I know I missed that spot. I'm going to get back to it.
Well, that too, but also, in case you ever, like, we somehow get into a situation where you lose your tongue again, or maybe you can't speak, I have this language that I can teach you if you want. It's more about gestures and pointing things to communicate.
Do it.
I'm not.
This guy. I know what you're doing, you son of a bitch. And I love it. Please continue. I'll let you RP that.
I'm always willing to try and learn new things. I should probably warn you, I'm not the quickest of learners, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I expected that.
She starts.
You opened
She
yourself
like
up for that one, don't even.
she pauses and then. Yeah, I. Light of the stars. I should have seen that one coming. We're going to be on the road for some days. I'm sure all of us could benefit from some way to communicate non-verbally.
Sure. I don't want to teach pain. There's no real reason. I just don't want to.
It turns and like gives the like now.
I am so fucked, by the way. My pet
If
is
you
not showing up.
try and hide things, that she completely changes gears. The more you try and hide, the more
where is it? It's
he's going to
9:22.
get in your face wanting to know exactly what it is. You should still offer,
Probably not.
and whether he chooses to learn is up to him.
I mean, I have no dice. I have
I don't know,
zero. I
feel
have
like
zero
it's
dice.
Pretty easy to distract him with something else. You know they train some people to like follow bells.
What?
We're
Million had the bags there.
I'm being
I
too
can't.
mean.
What am I gonna go spend
Isn't
$40
that
a
usually
bag?
dogs and
How do I get a
jackals?
set?
And the like.
Oh no, you won't get me following a bell.
Yeah, it's funny. It says still arriving today, and it is not within 3 stops.
But I'd appreciate it. I know there's
I am
some that can have
fucked.
entire
It actually
conversations
might cause my whole
without
business to fucking collapse.
spoken words,
Because
but that's
how do you
not
catch
something
up?
I've ever
How do I catch up?
seen. I assumed
This
it was
upcoming week and the next
language
week
of
and week after that
well,
are the 2 highest
magic,
weeks. And I outdid last week, this
make
week, by
sense.
$400.
I
suppose.
don't do magic, so it's not that. But I have one that kind of works without speaking or gestures and patience. And sometimes if you want to use words,
Huh?
You're out of DMs completely.
No, I have like 3 left.
Uh,
Well, I might be out now,
Right. Well,
depending on where I'm at
Sure.
in the night. Yeah, I've got 5 orders. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, they're out at 9:23, which means overnight they're gone.
I look forward to it. Now, can you hand me that brush? And we'll continue until.
All right, so we'll say for the sake of brevity, a couple hours goes by, and the high priestess opens the door, and in comes this individual. So this individual has a very unique look about him. It is something that I mean, she said like he's an Azamar, so you kind of expected it, and she kind of danced around the words he wants to be an elf, but well, he has kind of the skin is odd.
Oh, my notes are so weird for that part.
Yeah,
Yep.
well, here you go. Morlin the Everwatcher. That is him. So,
okay, it's really funny that he has the moon crest and he gives me like vampire vibes.
yeah. Yeah.
See, I was getting Shatterkai from it.
And you know what's crazy about it is that he is very clearly Azamar. So he's about 5'5". He's definitely Azamar, but elven appearing. It would appear that his elven appearance is Shatterkai, which is ironic considering his Azamar heritage, because yay, world stuff. So he's about 5'5", pale skin with piercing blue eyes that glow faintly. He wears a suit of plate mail adorned with a silver crescent moon over his heart, and he has long silver hair. He carries a shield he wields a kite shield with a crescent moon as the emblem on the front, and wields a heavy silver mace. So he enters. He kind of like walks up to the front, and he stands kind of stoically, his head kind of upright and looking down, not down at you. Actually, I think probably up at you. I think you're taller than him, but he looks at you and kind of half smiles, his head cocks, his eyes kind of flash for a moment. you see his lips move, but you don't hear anything come out of him. He just kind of... And then his eyes shift from blue to pink, and then to this, like, raging golden flame. And he looks you over, and he looks down at Kaina's, and he studies Kaina's a little bit longer. And then he looks up to you, and then the eyes flicker, and they return to blue. And he says, I've been told by High Priestess Rosebloom that you seek an audience with me, Amelia.
Yes, I was hoping to learn more about the Paladin orders in service to Celestian. She's trying, like, she's doing the thing where she's trying so hard to not fidget, but makes it look more like she's wanting to fidget. She's so obviously nervous.
What is it you intend on being the end game when you get your questions answered about Paladin orders under our Lord Celestian?
Well, knowledge helps inform the first steps of the path, but I don't know. Not when it comes to all the Paladin specific things. I know my goal right now is to just continue on the path we've started. Kind of looks towards Cadus.
So you've already started on the path of a paladin. Are you an initiate? A true initiate?
The first time I had heard the word paladin referenced as anything related to me or my future was yesterday.
Let me backtrack and make this easier to understand. He twists his left gauntlet, and you hear like a metallic, and he removes the gauntlet, and he turns around and he sets it on the altar. And then he reaches all the way down towards his boot, and you see he pulls a small silver knife from his where his boots would be. And he holds his hand out to you, and he stabs himself directly in the center of his palm. And as he does so, he does not flinch. He twists the blade, and you see blood begin to bubble up and pour out. The interesting thing is that his blood is silver. He removes the knife, and he sets it behind him on the marble altar. And he holds his hand out to you.
I'm pretty sure when that happened, there's almost a squeak gasp of just not expecting any of that and like starting to like move, but stopping herself.
Make a perception check, Amelia. Actually, and Kaina's.
So good at those.
It is sight, yeah. God damn, you are good at those. Both of you would notice, both of you, no, 16's great. I mean, 16's great at level 2. You guys are not giving yourself enough credit. As Amelia begins to kind of like, oh shit, what the fuck is happening, and starts to like do the back away, but staves herself, his eyes, as he's doing all of this, do not move from Amelia. He is watching her. He is judging her.
I do want to clarify, she would not have gone backwards. It's more of the, like, try to, like, almost go to like intervene to like reach for a hand, and
Oh,
Davey like,
oh,
no,
oh, oh.
I shouldn't do that.
Got it. I stand by what I said. He still watches it all go down, and he does not flinch. He is watching and he's not focused on Canis. He is focused on you, and he's watching every single movement. But he holds his hand out as it's dripping this silver, almost quicksilver-looking blood, mercury in color, and he just says, "By the grace of Celestian, fix what has been done."
I think he means use your glowy hand trick.
I love that he became her sidekick.
I know.
She
You're
honestly,
familiar, but her
saying
sidekick.
that like kind of spurs her into like actually acting a little bit. I am in fact so grateful for Cadis. It's the worst pairing, but the best. She's going to she takes a step forward. She's going to just gingerly like take his hand to look at the injury first
Okay.
to make sure it's actually what it looks like.
Yep, make a medicine check for me.
Hey, Celestian, you want to help a little bit more here?
No.
Yes, please,
Well, that's
thank
pretty
you.
good, though. Yeah, I mean, you look at the wound and you're like, what the fuck? This dude just drilled a hand, or a wound through the center of his hand. It's, a steak knife width, but it's pretty gnarly. Like, you can see bone and sinew and shit in there. Like, what the fuck?
Then she's
It's
going
also
to-
silver, by the way. But you can attribute that to him being Azamar.
Yep. She's just like, I'll question blood colors later.
Hopefully you guys
She's
like this
going
character.
to-
This is one of my favorite. I love
She
making
stops
fucking Azamar characters.
focusing on him watching her, and like as she looks at the wound, and then she puts her, like as she has his hand in her, she puts her other hand on top of it, so his hand's between. She closes her eyes. She prays. Softly, she asks. She just, prays to Celestian to heal this man, this watcher. And she doesn't even so much realize that the prayer kind of twists into an incant, and she's going to, for the first time ever, cast a spell, and she's going to cast cure wounds.
Okay. So there is an incantation, and there is a burst of holy energy around both of you. And as it subsides, you see he even kind of like winces back because he wasn't expecting an incantation. He looks down, and his hand is completely healed. And he smiles. Well done. Well done. Very well done.
In his light, that's the first time that's happened.
It is. Tell me, where did the incantation come from?
Well, I asked him to heal, and I started thinking about how it would stitch together and close, and some of the healing that I've been seeing over the past few days, and she just kind of awkwardly trails off.
He smiles at you again, and he looks down at his hand. Good. But this proves you are a member of the clergy. He reaches back and takes the knife again.
Please don't.
And this time he says,
Don't hurt yourself.
"It's all right, child. Everything will be okay. We've faith in you. And he sticks it in his neck and lets go. And the blade is stuck in his neck and spitting silver blood. And he goes, "No. Incantation. Just your hands. Prove to me you're an initiate."
Leaps at him and like to try and he's not that much taller, but she like dives forward and her hands would probably be glowing even before she's even reaching there. Yeah, she's laying on hands there.
Candace's reaction, he sees this and just goes.
Because I wanted her to use her paladin abilities, and
Crazy.
she's like, "I do things that clerics do," and I was like, "Fuck you, bitch! I'm gonna stab myself in the throat." Yeah, so you dive, and as you grab, I'm assuming this is a lay on hands thing that you're doing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, that's all the yeah, it's barely conscious there. Like there's not even a prayer, it's the oh fuck no. Stop that.
How many points can you use at your level?
Before it was 5. Let me see if I can use.
I was gonna say I think
how
it's
much I can
10
check.
now. I think it's twice your paladin level, but which is fucking amazing.
Yeah, 10 per long rest.
Yeah, so it's
yeah,
twice your
so I
paladin
can do
level.
10.
Okay. All right. So he had 9 points of damage. So you lunge for him, and as you do so, no words even come. It's just pure, unadulterated instinct. And you grab on you grab the knife because he let go. You grab the knife and just fucking throw it. And the other hand comes up, and a finger like goes into the wound, like totally out of instinct. You feel a burning along your finger, and as it comes out, you look down, and it is completely sealed. More than that, the hand that had that finger glows silver for a moment, and the blood dissolves from his armor. And you find yourself kind of like face to face with him, and he looks down at you, and he is now grinning ear to ear, and he's just like,
Her eyes are wide-eyed and like panicked there. She's seen so much death and near death over the past 2 days. It was just panicked.
so he kind of brings his head down to your ear, and he takes you kind of by the back of the head, and he whispers, "You are an initiate of Celestian, Amelia. If you wish to progress through the ranks of our order, I can take you on as a squire. You've done good today. You've saved me from death. That's step 1. The choice is yours." And he kind of like lets you go. And he puts his gauntlet back on while you're reacting.
Not to be horribly rude, but I'm kind of with Canis on that one. Why would you? What if that didn't?
Have faith. I would have been fine. I would have been fine because High Priestess Rosebloom spoke of you as a member of the clergy, at least one in training, so I knew there was no fear. If you were a charlatan of some sort, she would have had me, or I would have had myself, by the grace of our Lord. I needed to see in you, in your youth, in your infancy, what you were capable of. And you have proven it, my dear.
Okay. I am. I won't say that I am entirely understanding the thought process there, but oh, by the stars, I'm so just grateful you are okay. Oh, and she just is like, she takes a step back to just fully just catch her breath there and like, just holy shit. Okay. By His grace, if I would be interested in learning more. However, I have already made a commitment to help Canis and our other companions look into some of what's been happening both in town and elsewhere. I won't step away from that.
I'm well aware of what you... Oh, sorry, go ahead, Canis. Sorry, you're
also
kind of
work-
quiet on my end.
Oh, sorry. Is it better now?
Damn, you're loud as shit! At
Nope,
9:41 tonight? What the fuck?
Sorry, I just moved closer to my mic.
No, it's okay. I'm just messing with you.
We also work for Lady Rosanna and Cornelius.
He kind of nods and he says, I'm well aware of what you do and who you are and everything about you, to be quite honest. As far as your friends are concerned, there's no problem. Oh my god, I just realized I'm still on the stables. I am so sorry. I just heard fucking horses going crazy, guys. Nobody told me.
I didn't hear the horse till just
Oh,
now.
I'm such a piece of shit.
I didn't even realize.
There you go, church soundtrack, go.
I was too focused on him stabbing himself.
In the neck, yeah.
It's pretty hardcore, wasn't it? Okay. So, he says, I am well aware of what your mission is currently. If you are interested in hearing more about the Order of the Silver Star and or becoming my personal initiate, or as I guess they would call it, apprentice, you are welcome to do so at your leisure. There is never any pressure. Within this order, we force no hand, and everything is on your time. If you do wish to hear about it and agree to our terms, know that our terms will only in the matter of a holy crusade demand your full attention. But those have not happened for thousands of years. Other than that, we may reach out to you with information, rendezvous with other order members, things of the sort. But there is no obligation to study underneath us. If you have just shown the talent, and he pulls his neck open and you see just this little teeny tiny pinprick scar, and he says, you've proven it. You can do it. You're capable. You just need the next steps in order for us to make you official. And if you'd like to be official, that's fine. And if not, then you can fly under the radar of the law for the rest of your days.
He winces.
I'm assuming
That's-
Canis grins.
You already know.
I did.
That's the second time that's been suggested. I like it just as little hearing it from you. I won't take an action I have to hide from the law. That's... Just doesn't even finish it, just kind of grimaces at the thought.
Yeah, he smiles and he just goes, ungodly.
That's probably a better way of phrasing it, yeah. But I do want to learn more.
Good.
That's... If the stars have led us here and now, then I trust in that.
Wonderful. Then, Amelia, I will be in touch within the next 10 days. I need to make preparations and reach out to the order, and I will contact you again when I've received missive from my higher-ups. Until then, follow, and he kind of, like, almost creepily rises up into your face and says, until then, follow your oath. And when in doubt, follow the teachings of Celestian.
Just nods. Yeah, always. Oh, and she just super awkwardly turns and like she grabs his the knife that he had, his dagger, because she had thrown it away from him, and she like wipes it off just like on her leg, and then hands it back to him, hilt first. I know you have faith, but please don't hurt yourself. But you probably want this back.
He takes it and he says, I wouldn't have done it if I wasn't confident that you could take care of me. And he says, he kind of like looks to High Priestess Rosebloom. She, a member of the clergy of the church and not our order, spoke so highly of you that I was convinced of your capability before I even arrived. Give glory to her.
I'm very grateful to have found another that represents his teachings, his intentions so well.
Celestian be with you. I'll be in touch, Initiate.
And she just nods a little shell-shocked and walk in peace.
Walk in peace. He looks
Walking,
down
no
at...
stabbing.
Yeah, he looks down at Canis, by the way, and he goes, why is your back leg cockeyed the way it is? And he takes a deep breath in, and you hear him, Whoa, Clytus. There's this incantation that flies from his mouth, and you are healed for 4 hit points. As he casts Healing Word on you.
Well, that feels much better.
You are walking with a limp. Go in peace and protect my initiate.
Sure, but if she starts stabbing herself, I am not going to give her the same treatment she gave you.
She will not stab herself. That was just a... He kind of stops, almost frustrated, and goes... That was a me... That was a me thing. I was... just... And he looks at the High Priestess. Do I have to explain myself to this? And she goes, no. Okay.
Your faith. You had faith. We've seen a lot of pain over the past couple of days.
Yeah, and to be clear, Amelia, because you are a paladin of your stature, you would 100% know that Healing Word has nothing to do with paladins. So, do with that what you will. Paladins cannot cast Healing Word.
Thought I'd seen it.
Nope. Nope.
I did
Bard,
not know that.
Bard,
so...
Cleric, Druid, and Artificers if you have Alchemy.
Yep. I don't think she's going to question him at the moment.
Yeah. I didn't mean to open that up like, hey, we need to RP that, but I just wanted you to note, like, you know your spell list, and he just did something that you were like, what the fuck was that about? Because it's a level 1 spell, so. All right. With that being said, he kind of turns to other matters at this point. He kind of turns back to the High Priestess. Not ignoring you, but kind of just like, okay, thank you.
Yep. And taking that as an, I think, is a dismissal. It's going to,
It's pretty good fucking...
Canis, do you want to go back and tell the others?
Well, unless you want to clean up his blood, yes.
Do you think I should?
No.
No, you should not.
Oh, yeah, that you were just... Okay, yep, you're right. We should... thank you both. I'll stop back when we're back. And turns and makes her very freaked out little escape.
She makes her expeditious retreat.
Yeah, that's not a spell she knows, but she
Go wizard, go wizard, go. Okay.
By the way, the second we leave, he's gonna turn to her as they walk and go, I'm serious. If you stab yourself, I'm gonna make sure you don't die and then wait until I get paid.
If I stab myself, look to make sure my eyes aren't glowing red and evil. And also, if I do learn to be a paladin and I go and stab myself, I give you full permission to bite me.
Deal.
All right. So, we will say, with our time left, for the sake of brevity, that everybody circles back. Because we had a 2-hour wait. Lyra. Sorry, I almost called you Kira. It is not Kira. It's Lyra. She wanted to be like you. She wanted to be like Mike. We will say, for the sake of brevity, that we will get back within the sliding scale. But the sliding scale is the long game, and Lyra comes back at the tail end, and it is about 2 p.m. But everybody else has been there for a little while. Cornelius is there eating lunch with you guys. Lots of fresh bread, cheese. There's like a charcuterie spread of meat. There's like peppered salami, peppered bologna, peppered pimento loaf. Ugh, God, no, I'm kidding. There's no pimento loaf. It's a dwarf and orc thing. No, you know what? Maybe there's a little bit of pimento loaf since there's a half orc and a dwarf here. But anyways, good food. Everybody kind of is in the middle of enjoying their thing. And Lyra, you can see yourself back into the room as you are frantically like, oh, fuck. Like, I imagine, now, correct me if I'm wrong, I imagine Lyra being at the tail end of the studies and knowing the time, like, 2 points ago, being like, it's fine, they'll be fine. And then being like, oh, shit.
That was how I pictured it, yeah.
It's like her for her, evocation final. She, like, runs up and she's like, motherfuck it all! Fuck, it's magic missile time!
So I'll, so yeah, you'll hear, I guess, small feet running up the hallway.
Loud as fuck. Rapiers on the ground.
Yeah, no, I'm here. I made it in time. I'm here. I made it in
You're
time.
late.
Just about to go looking for you.
Are you all right?
Well, how do you define that? Like, physically, I'm great.
Did someone stab themselves in front of you?
No, but that sounds super specific and relevant. What
No,
happened?
no. What'd you find at the library?
Janice, what happened?
Oh, Bench. Tell her about what we got. Tell her. Lyra, we bought
Yes,
a
where
pearl.
did you go?
Yeah, we found a pearl.
Oh, you
Yeah.
did? Well, that's good
Yeah.
because I had a really frustrating and disappointing time at the library, so at least that's good news.
Okay, we didn't really find a pearl. I just found a mule and named it Pearl. Fuck.
Oh, you ruined it.
When
Then
she
we
says
laughed.
Oh, shit. That is so fucking
She did the
rude.
face, didn't she?
That is so
Wait,
rude.
she had those big gnome eyes.
Yeah, I found a little something, but not anything that I would have wanted. That was a funny joke. You guys did.
I was very proud of
Wait, no, someone stabbed themselves.
that. Not me.
They're fine. Don't worry about it.
Who's stabbing themselves and why?
Is this really where we're at? Like, we're okay with this now? I don't think...
Cornelius is just sitting at the head of the table, by the way, and his eyes are wide, and he goes, maybe I should take lunch in my office. And he kind of half stands.
I'm sorry, that wasn't...
Celestians.
There's a lot happening here. Should I just allow you to...
It would be beyond impolite for us to run you out of your own space. We can keep talks to more appropriate lunch matters.
No, please. As long as I'm not imposing. I didn't want to be imposing upon whatever is happening here.
You are our host.
Somebody here has to know what's happening to us, so...
Please continue. And he kind of he stares straight at his bread as he cuts it with a butter knife, and it clearly needs a bread knife.
Lyra stares at Amelia and says, yes, please continue.
Was this like an infected person?
No. Okay. Couple of things. One,
These
Kane,
cocksuckers.
you know that spell that you use to help mend wounds?
Yeah.
I can do that.
Hmm.
At least under Celestian's eyes within his church, I can do that. Apparently. Second, I am evidently an initiate in the paladin ranks now, I think.
Oh, that's good. Right, that's good.
It sounds good.
Yeah.
Where's the part about somebody stabbing themselves, though?
Yeah.
Was this part of the initiation where somebody stabs themselves?
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, I think. It kind of happened fast.
So he stabbed himself, but you get to be a paladin?
So he was...
Initiate.
Okay.
I'm not explaining this well.
No, you are not.
Yeah, so...
You definitely are not.
I'm not gonna lie, this guy seemed kind of not all there anyway, but...
Heinous! And it is
I'm right.
sharp. That is...
He stabbed himself because he had faith that Amelia was an initiate because the priestess said so. And he wanted to test her healing abilities.
And
Hearsay?
No, Ed, he's... Okay, so... There is a person here who is a member of the order, one of the paladin orders of the Church of Celestian. And the High Priestess sent word to him because I wanted to speak to him and get more information. And the stars guided him to lay a test, and I cast a spell at first to heal him, and then he wanted to see more, and then I healed him without a spell or an incantation, and that proved things, and it was incredible and terrifying.
Well, that's not how we would go about it. You surface dwellers are weird, but he's still alive, so...
Well, to be fair, this is not a very common occurrence as far as I know. I mean, most, organizations, they have you sign something or, swear something. Not, hey, I'm going to stab myself in the neck and, congratulations, you're in.
Anyone can say pretty words, but this was more than that. I don't really know how to explain it, but it was extreme, but also he wasn't in any danger. It just kind of freaked me out a little bit.
Constantly in danger from himself.
I don't. Well, he could also heal himself easily, I think. I think it just kind of scared me more than anything else at
I think he
first.
stabs himself a lot just for fun, you know?
I don't
If he can
think there's
heal
a
it,
lot
why
of
wouldn't you?
people that want. that are. I don't. Are there many paladins?
Well, long story short, you did a good job. We're proud of you.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Congratulations on your newly appointed position.
Paladinism.
He's so okay. There's three things. I said two of them. The 2.5 is that when he's going to be sending word to some people that I will likely need to meet for when we get back. But High Priestess Alara, we spoke about her last night.
Mm-hmm.
I did find out that she was supposed to make it. She got transferred. She was getting transferred here and did not make it as expected. And that is information that I know now. And with that, she like super awkwardly like reaches for a piece of bread and like just takes a bite of it with the eyes that are the like she's not blinking because if she blinks her eyes are going to water kind of expression.
That was the perfect segue for me. I did not stab myself or anyone else. However, I also didn't heal anyone, so that evens itself out. What I did do was I tried to read as many books as I could. The only stuff that landed from space were the dark space vessels, as far as I could find. Everybody knows about that. Except Amelia, apparently. I tried to look up illnesses or pandemics. There were none. I'm confident I found nothing about illnesses or pandemics that are similar to this, in this area, at least. It doesn't mean it didn't exist anywhere, but it's likely not an illness, which could be good news because it means it's not easily passed, which we were kind of theorizing before. The area we're going to, there weren't any better maps than what we've already got in the library. It's mostly historical accounts of things there, but I did find that at the inlet of Ankmere, right? At the inlet of Ankmere, which is that little section that is like inside, if you look at the map, there's an island there in the center. And it has some kind of habitable zone, but you can't really get to it easily. Like, you can't sail there or anything. If you're on anything bigger than a rowboat, you're probably going to crash into the rocky formations that formed during the first or second happening. But it's extremely dangerous to travel by water there, so good thing you got Pearl, because that's definitely the better route to go. The creatures that are there, it really, what I was finding, it warned against bullywugs, sea serpents, aquatic draconic activity, which is a little alarming, and dire sea creatures and Sawagan. So those are all there for sure. Those are recorded in history. I was going to dig into curses with these symptoms, but then realized that if I didn't get back soon, Pain might actually try to eat Canis. So I wanted to make sure I got back here quickly.
Okay, 2 questions. One's for the DM, or 2 things. One's for the DM. One's a Amelia reaction. Canis was with me. That wouldn't have happened. Also, Canis would have bitten him back, and I'm fairly certain his teeth are sharper.
I wasn't worried for Canis.
Payne has a mouthful of food and a confused expression on his face.
Not out of hunger, but out of boredom, to see if you could. It was more what my concern was.
Everybody nods. Yeah,
That's
fine.
Yeah, that's about right.
That makes. The DM question. Any of those creatures that were named, is that something that we would have had any experience with in Holden Glen being near the water?
Give me a history check. We're getting ready to end because I know we're a little bit over tonight, but let's go ahead and.
Nope, I left all of my thinking in the church.
Let me just take a quick look. Yeah, 6 is not great, but in Holden Glen specifically, you guys don't typically deal with Sawagan, definitely not. Bullywogs, you've heard the name, toad people, frog people. You don't have any hostility notes about them. Aquatic draconic activity, definitely not in Holden Glen. And what was the other one? What was the other? Dire. It was dire.
Dire sea creatures and draconic activity, bullywog, sea serpent.
Yeah, dire sea creatures definitely out at sea. If you were to be like out at sea to the south, you would know about like dire creatures, dire sharks, dire dolphins, porpoises, seals, things of that sort, whales, which, dire just means much larger than normal. But yeah, the other things, not so much.
I didn't realize the dire eels would be that far north. That's something we'll have to be cautious of.
Okay. If we're good on that note, we can pick back up here next week, unless anybody has anything pertinent that they want to add to tonight's conversation, but I know we're almost 10 minutes over, so I don't want to take anybody else's time.
I have a lot to add, but I'll wait till next.
Yeah, I figured this was going to be a big conversation. There are a lot of things to discuss. Okay,
The first 2 days will take several weeks, and then the next 5 days will take like 10 minutes. It's fine.
Yeah, no big deal. Okay, yeah, so we'll go ahead and end it there. Excellent session, my friends. We covered a lot of territory, and I appreciate you guys and your guys' group chat, because Candace hands some of that info off to me, which allows me to very, very well prepare for what you guys are trying to do. So please keep that up if at all possible, and yeah, we'll move forward next week. With session 9. Yeah, go ahead.
One thing, I found out literally today, we might be doing a family gathering, like full family they haven't seen in forever, after the weekend after Christmas. So I may be playing from a remote location, hotel, etc. I have no details other than I don't know connection stability yet, but I will make it work.
Understood. You have played D&D campaigns before with us, Kat,
From the weirdest places. Yep.
in the back room of a Claire's. I remember that at least twice, and it was amazing. So there is no
I've
worries
played
there.
in physical closets. I've been in hotels. I've been in back rooms of stores. I will be there if at all possible.
When D&D
But I'm warning you in
calls, you
advance
answer.
about connection.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, so that's the weekend of the 28th. So go ahead, Lucy. Holy shit.
I think
Larkin Sunshine rated your channel with 2 viewers.
14th or so. I will be in a trip safari with my family. I will try to be there, but like same as Kat, I don't know about
Larkin Sunshine followed your channel.
I apologize, guys. I just had a raid. Thank you so much for the to Larkin Sunshine who just raided us. I will jump over to you very momentarily because we are getting ready to end. But if you could, Kat and Lucy, just send me a message with the details of what you just told me, because Lucy, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of half heard what you said because of the raid. Send me a message so that I can just kind of mark it and have a note on it, so that way I can plan to make things happen and or not. But I got you guys.
Probably.
Yep,
I'll
go ahead.
probably send it to you tomorrow once I confirm everything.
Yeah. No rush. No rush. If it's gonna be out a few weeks, then no big deal. As long as I know, like, a week ahead of time, so I can kind of plan. And I'm extremely busy right now with my shop shit. This has been an absolutely stellar year. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but I am actually behind and I am out of product right now. I'm supposed to get a dice shipment tonight of like 400 sets of dice, and it has still not showed up, and I don't think it's going to show up tonight, and people are still buying shit. So this next like 7 days, it's a big congrats, but
I'm gonna start handing him some of these.
it's so sold out that I literally don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do, because I'm screwed. All day I'm just like, oh my god, the delivery time kept getting pushed back hour by hour, and I was like, please God no, please God no.
Maybe you'll wake up and it'll be one of those 5 a.m. shipments.
I hope it's a 5 a.m. shipment, because I'm setting my alarm for earlier and earlier, trying to get this shit knocked out. Because it, like, with producing these soaps and even the bath salt jar, like, I'm out. I have 0 sets of dice, but it takes, like, multiple hours to get anything produced. And then if it's already sold, I thought I planned well, but apparently the stats that I ran are, like, way off. So it's a good year, but I don't like not having product, especially dice, because I sell a lot of dice. In the last 30 days, I think we did the math last night, and it's been like 1,050 sets of dice that have gone out in product, and I just, with no dice, I'm so fucked, it's not even funny. So but yeah, anyways, no rush. I'm busy, you're busy. Just let me know when you can, and we'll go about our business. All right, now that it's 10:13, we'll go ahead and end here tonight. I have my notes, so we'll pick up next week with session 9, and we'll dive headlong into it and see what happens, guys. Thanks so much.
I can't believe you made me panic heal you twice.
Oh, hell yeah. I wasn't going to let you just cast a spell and heal me. You're going to fucking use that lay on hands, or I'm going to stab myself in the neck again.
I knew 100% what I was doing. Well, I as Cat knew what I was doing there, but, yeah, wasn't expecting the near-death terror. I love it.
I need some mental help there, man. Stabbing himself just to see, what happens.
Yeah. And apparently I might be his apprentice squire initiate. That's concerning.
Paladins do be paladin.
Yep. Yep. He'll be fine. He'll be great.
It's all good.
Good night, everybody.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week.
See ya.
All right, friends of the stream, Larkin, thank you so much for popping in, my friend. Never got a chance to raid you back, and now I did. We appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for bringing your followers over. We're going to go ahead and end tonight's stream and jump into a raid. Boy, we don't have a whole lot of people. We got Uchu, Momiji. Ooh, what is he playing? Turok. Ooh, old school Turok. Ooh, yeah. Let's go ahead and I think we're gonna raid Fuji. I mean, excuse me. God, Maya Fuji. Not normal Fuji, Maya Fuji. And thanks, guys, so much for hanging out. Momiji. Kogasa. Maya Fuji. All right, we're going to go ahead and raid Fuji, and who's playing Turok, which, wow, I haven't played Turok in forever.
Yes.
Broccoli and cheddar always makes it better.
Sounds so good.
So good.
Sounds good.
All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with us. We will see you next week for Session 9.